10-5 against the spread, and they're playing the Giants.
Yo, what's the spread?
Come on!
What's the spread in that one?
It's like -7.5. But it's the Giants. Come on.
I don't trust the Colts to win by more than 7 against anybody, not even the Giants.
So you trust the Giants to not lose by more than 7.5? That's what you're saying.
No, they're playing against. Is Anthony Richardson playing for the Colts?
No, but you could argue that that's a good thing.
So Joe Flacco's playing. Also, he's an old man.
Yeah, you like Joe Flacco.
I am a Joe Flacco guy. I like some Joe.
You like Jameis. You like Jameis acting not like Joe Flacco.
Well, Jameis and Joe Flacco, there's levels to this, you know. Joe Flacco's down here. Jameis Winston is more like, the upper echelon.
One guy is playing. One guy isn't playing. So then I would feel like you would have to pick like the Vikings spread or something, or the Packers spread. That would feel like the record, the spread to bet on.
No.
Because they're both 12-3.
Like one of those coin flip games. Throw the Colts on there. Yeah, throw the Colts on there. They're gonna do their thing. Jonathan Taylor had 3 touchdowns.
Okay, see, now we're getting somewhere. See, now we're getting somewhere. Let me get Mr. Joe Flacco. I'm telling you, it makes logical sense. We're about to be balling in the mix. I need my other time. Oh gosh. I'm throwing. Oh, download. Give me my boy. Look at him. He's so sexy. Honestly, I would like to be Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco feels like the ideal quarterback career. You won a Super Bowl, you've made a lot of money, and now you can just be a backup and maybe occasionally play and just chill.
That is true, and he's still getting paid. And
yeah, well, yeah, like I feel like as a backup, he's getting money.
Yeah, and I feel like Joe Flacco can go out in public too and like not really get noticed.
I feel like if you go into Baltimore, probably get noticed.
Oh yeah, he's probably
anywhere else, maybe not.
But like, yeah, like.
But he looks like a normal dude that I could see at my bar. Exactly. Like I could have been. I would pound some brewskis with Joe Flacco.
Dude, me too.
That's my point.
And I feel like if I saw Joe Flacco at the bar, I feel like if you see fucking, Peyton Manning at the bar, you're like, oh my god, it's Peyton Manning. But if I see Joe Flacco at the bar, it's like, wow, this guy looks kind of like Joe Flacco.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I had that when we were at the Nino. There's this guy, and he looked a little like Brock Purdy. He didn't look that much like him, but I was like, he kind of looked like Brock Purdy. He's like, well, I'm like 38, so I guess thanks. And he's like 10 years younger than me. I was like, all right, dude, goddamn. But he looked like it, so. You know what? And I like to say that I gave him that man confidence because then he started rizzing up a mom that was at the bar. So.
Oh, nice.
Look, man, I like to think that I paid my due. It's like when you put like, I'm not gonna call the guy homeless, but like when you put a couple bucks in like a homeless guy's jar and they actually go and get food, like you feel like you did a good thing.
Exactly.
You give a homeless guy a burger.
Exactly.
He devours that shit. Delicious. Where is? All right. So we're putting Minnesota -1, right? Like Minnesota just moneyline to win. Like,
yeah, Minnesota because they have so much more for than Green Bay. Minnesota.
Actually, a lot of the bets are Green Bay. Oh, actually, the public likes the Packers. It's interesting.
That's good. We that means
we don't.
We have our payout is stronger. I think.
Yeah, it would seem so. So Minnesota -1. That's crazy. That's crazy to put in the lock section, but we're just like that. I don't know the odds though, so you have to look that up for me, please.
You got it. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta put in these bets, man.
It's like 10:30. The game haven't. We got time. You have time.
Yeah, but like, I'm about to
You
open
know
the
what?
FanDuel app anyway. You know, might as well put in like a $500 parlay.
And then we need a prop. I want a prop. And I think the best prop is going to be Kenny Pickett over and pass. Actually, no, Kenny Pickett under. We're going to take an under for the first time.
Oh man, Kenny Pickett under how
Kenny,
many?
what's his passing year? You know,
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see it. Hmm.
what? He's
Hello,
out with
F.
I thought he had a concussion. Why does it say he's out with a finger injury?
What?
I thought Hurst was out with a concussion. It says injury report, finger. Like a kid named Finger.
Maybe he goofed it up when
A
he
lot
was
of the
getting the
money's
ref
on
that messed up.
Dallas. Oh no, a lot of money's on the over. A lot of money's on Philly, surprisingly. Well, to win, but then, okay. I guess that makes sense, but
26966. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wait, they think he's gonna throw 269 or more?
Oh God, Taff, your 2024 FanDuel replay is here. I don't want to see that.
We were talking that they should do a Wrapped of sports betting. It's just
Oh
it's
God.
like the saddest thing.
I'm gonna check that out. I'll save that for the podcast on Tuesday because I just know that it's gonna be atrocious. It has been
That's
a
gonna be such a
horrible season.
disaster.
Mm.
Hold
You
on,
want
we
me to
need.
see the spread for or the odds for?
Yeah,
All right, so
I want to see Kenny Pickett's under because I feel like it's gonna go poorly. Personally, being the Kenny Pickett hater, the resident Kenny Pickett hater.
all right. Kenny Pickett's under for passing yards. Let me just filter it by passing props real quick. There we go. Kenny Pickett's
Oh.
total for passing yards is 183.5, and it's minus 110 on both sides.
Okay. Well, what if I say it goes even lower? Because he passed like a cheese ball against what was it? That's Washington. Not exactly the best game for Mr. Kenny Pickett. Not that I expected him to be good at all, but that is reality. He went 143 yards passing, and also, wow. Okay, I'm looking at the receiving spread of the Eagles. Only 4 guys got targeted all game, and AJ Brown had 15 of those targets.
Damn.
He had 60% of the receiving share that game. That's just Kenny's no. Kenny's not hitting his mark.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm gonna say under. What is it? 183 and a half.
Under 183.5.
Yeah, that's It says rush yards, which is funny because that's definitely gonna happen.
Under 183.5 rush yards? What do you mean? Kenny's gonna have
You
a
think
day.
you think Kenny Pickett is gonna have a Saquon Barkley performance?
I was just thinking, man. I think Saquon's gonna let him eat. You know, he loves to see his team succeed.
Well, yeah, but this is Kenny Pickett we're talking about.
Yeah,
You know,
so Kenny's been spending some time with Saquon. Saquon's been showing him the ropes.
he apparently he was close to losing the backup job beginning of this year. So I don't know what
But
you're
he
on.
won it. Probably because he's such a good runner. Saquon loves this guy.
Well, Saquon is in a camp by himself.
Saquon is in a league of his own, but I hear that Kenny's the only competition.
All right, now you're just spitting nonsense.
Oh, do you need the odds for those picks? Like each individual one?
I might.
Cool. Well, Colts minus 7.5 is minus 105. Vikings minus 1.5 is minus 105. And Kenny Pickett under 183.5 is minus 110.
That's why they're called locks, baby. Lock them in. Oh, all right. It's almost 10:35. It's currently 10:33. Actually, I don't know. My computer's top is off a little.
And they say I'm acting up. Then in the back, people know that you whack as heck. And it sounded
You're whack as heck.
No.
Did you fix the odds on the TT2? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh. Okie dokie.
Yeah,
In that case.
Right about now.
Oh.
We ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, people of the world. We are back for the week 17 show?
Yep.
Of the pregame show. We are 17 for 17. It is December 29th, 10:35 a.m. We are fired up to be here. The playoff picture is tightening up. We're going to talk about all of the implications of yesterday's games, the Christmas games. We hope y'all had a fantastic holiday. We're going to look at the playoff picture, today's games, and yeah, very excited about it. Philip White, how you feeling?
I'm going to play devil's advocate and just say, I hope you had a mediocre Christmas. Taft's hope yours was great. I hope yours was mediocre and average. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I hope everyone had a good holiday.
He hates the way you
Yeah.
talk, the way you walk. He hates the way that you dress.
All the time.
Yeah, Philip White's kind of...
Well, not all the time. Sometimes Steve style, but most of the time, I don't think you guys need to learn how to dress.
That is true. We all could probably learn how to dress a little bit better.
Come on. Like, seriously?
You know what I want to talk about, Philip White, since you're the biggest hater?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
This AFC North shenanigans.
I'm the biggest hater.
Going on.
It's not shenanigans. It's what who Mike Tomlin is as a person. Mike Tomlin likes to tease me a little, you know? He'll he leads me on. Like, that's what it is. Mike Tomlin leads every Steelers fan on. Right when you think you're about to I'm like seeing someone right now, and just straight up ghosts you. I mean, we got a load of garbage.
I mean, yeah, 10
and this is a load of garbage.
10-3 start, and now y'all are what? 10-6 now? Ugh!
And you know what? I would have been fine being 10-6 if we look competitive in any of those games, because I want you to go back. If those who watch the games. Every Steelers fan knows that game quit after one play. There was one play in the game that happened, and the team actively after that just quit. Eagles game, Najee Harris fumbles, team quit. Then you had in the Ravens game, after Russell Wilson throws the pick six, team quit. Then in the Chiefs game, I don't even know what play it was, but at some point in the third quarter, it just looks like they quit. The Steelers team has quit on the season. They got 10 wins and said, "I'm out. I'm done."
Mike Tomlin said, "All right, I got that. I'm finally above 500. That's all I needed. I'm checking out. You guys figure this out for the rest of the year."
Unbelievable.
What do you think needs to change, man? Because George Pickens goes down. Y'all don't look good against the Eagles. You can't get anything going. I'm pretty sure Najee Harris had 14 yards. Which I
and a fumble.
And a fumble. When I was watching that game, I was like, okay, the Steelers can't get anything going because the pass game sort of opened things up for their run game. And then Pickens comes back, and it's still kind of booty cheek city.
Yeah, they were terrible, awful, every single way to Sunday, disgusting, absolutely. Atrocious.
Disgusting.
Awful. Disgraceful. Disgusting. Despicable. Degrading. Disappointing. Piece of garbage team I've ever seen.
Yeah, I I was struggling to come up with more negative adjectives.
Those are only the ones that start with the letter D.
Harrowing.
I got 25 other letters that I can go through.
Grimy. Not in a good way either.
Gross.
Repulsive.
Dilapidated.
Ugh.
It's just gonna be vocab tested. No, but it was so frustrating, and it's every Tomlin team. Every Tomlin team, even if you think it's good, it's not. It's not. Because their response to, like, we could have gotten anybody as a wide receiver too, and we got Mike Williams. He caught 1 touchdown, and he's done nothing else since. He has not done near. I think he almost had a crazy catch on the sideline, but that game was atrocious. Watching it lose to the Chiefs.
Shout out to the New York Jets.
Shout out Zach Wilson. Yeah, shoot, I should probably put on my.
This is not to be
you know what?
Garrett Wilson jersey. This is Zachary. Number 2.
Oh, so you just that looks like a 5 actually. The 2 reverse looks like a 5.
Yeah, I have it mirrored, so it looks like I'm looking inward at you.
Yeah, little weird, little bizarro action. But no, it's so bad because they didn't go out. They drafted Roman Wilson. I don't think he's seen the field once. I don't know where he is. He's like stuck in Steeler prison, which I didn't even know was a thing for wide receivers. And he's, I don't know. I knew this stretch would be tough. Like, because here's the thing, and this is why it's despicable to put this many games so close together. If you lose all 3, you have to deal with the losing 3 games in less than 2 weeks, which I'm looking at as a fan perspective. That sucks because I need the full week to like recover. Like, you know how there's the meme where like your team loses, you're miserable for like a few days. Like, you're disgusted that your team has lost. Now you have even less recovery time for that previous loss. So I'm still fuming, like, about the Ravens loss while actively, like, down 19 to the Chiefs. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't feel great.
Repair. You need to emotionally recover.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
It is kind of wild because, like, man, just like, y'all were 10-3, sitting pretty at the 3 seed. Saying that y'all could overtake the Bills was not far-fetched because y'all were both like 10-3 at a point in time, right? Because that same week that y'all were 10-3 was the week that they lost to the Rams, right? The Bills. Like, it was not far-fetched.
Yes.
That y'all could overtake them for the 2 seed, and now, womp womp.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go to the playoffs. You know what? And here's the thing. So I looked at like the seeding, right? So I'm gonna assume Baltimore wins the division because I hope you would think they wouldn't get swept by Cleveland. If they do, that's just hilarious, and I get to clown Ravens fans for all eternity that you got swept by the Browns when they had like 4 wins all year, and half of them were you. But let's assume that doesn't happen because they'll probably win. The Steelers would be the 3 seed if they win. Baltimore loses. The Steelers are either the 5 or the 6, and they would play either Houston if they were the 5, and they would play Baltimore if they were the 6. And like, that just sucks. Like, because here's the thing: if we go to the Ravens, we're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
We go to Baltimore, probably lose. Well, honestly, if we were to win, if I knew going in we were going to win, then I would 100% want to play Baltimore.
Oh, yeah,
because I hate.
Because you hate.
I'm a hater. But it would be so funny to knock them from the playoffs with Russell Wilson after you know. But if we play Houston, here's the problem with playing Houston. I think C.J. Stroud sucks enough where I'd be embarrassed if we lost to him. Because he's been trash. And you know, like, the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be his get-right game. He's going to come in and be like, hey, guys, I'm the reincarnation of Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers all in their primes. And I'm going to throw for 600 yards against your defense. And I'm going to make you suffer. You're going to be hearing Stroud's proud chants everywhere.
I don't think so.
And I'm going to win.
Y'all have played against such challenging teams these past couple weeks. Like, it'll be fine once you play the Texans. This is a team that just lost 31-2. Can we talk about that a little bit? Like, 31-2. 31-2 looks worse than 31-0. Also, for people in the chat isn't loading right now
I
for some
saw
reason.
Jay's
I'm gonna
comment.
reopen it.
No, I saw Jay's comment. Yeah, Jay, I did. So you wish me a New York Giants Christmas. Thanks, man. I said a mediocre Christmas. If I were to say Dookie Water Brown Cheeks Christmas, then that's a New York Giants Christmas.
Wait,
Hey,
what if you
they'll
said
get Cam Ward. They'll get Cam Ward. They'll be fine if they just don't win today, and also don't win by 7.5. Or yeah, make sure they lose by 7.5. That's what I need. That's what we need. That should be their Christmas gift to me for me making them watch them and then being bad.
That is true.
That's free out.
We do need that, but I feel like come playoff time, man, with the Steelers. Honestly, dude, I feel like the Bengals belong in the playoffs more than the Texans do right now. Like, when we're looking at the AFC playoff picture, I mean, dude, that Texans team is so strange. Yo, hello? Oh, God.
Gotta find out in T minus hopefully a minute.
Yo, hello?
Because
Can you hear me? I'll be right back. Wait, you can hear me?
This much.
Can you hear me?
What the heck? Why is my ping at 5,000? That's awkward.
Oh no, Philip White with the 5,000 ping.
Uh,
Oh
well,
no.
I've died.
R.I.P. Philip White. He ain't dead.
Don't I look so cool though?
Yeah, for real.
We're gonna have to
you did pick a
do
great
this.
time for your internet to go out. You're looking very
Hey!
he's back.
Hey! Were you talking about me? What were you saying?
Yeah,
Were you
you,
talking?
you said you were like, I do look so cool though. I don't know if you could see like where you froze. You
I
were
do
looking
look so
very
cool.
studly in the
I do
image.
look.
You're like,
I wish I had just stayed that way.
you know
That would have been great.
that might be the new thumbnail. Image.
What, me being frozen all the time? Me just
No, not you being frozen all the time, but like where you picked to be frozen that time.
yeah, I chose that. Yeah, because I knew that was gonna happen.
Exactly.
I was locked in.
Exactly. You were like, let me unplug my Ethernet cord real quick. But dude, the Texans are worse than Jason's the greatest freeze ever. It looks like a head. Yeah, right.
I didn't get to see what I like. I saw it and I don't remember what it was. But we'll get it. We'll get it back.
Yeah. The you'll see it. I feel like the Bengals are better than the Texans. I think the Bengals are more deserving of a playoff spot than the Texans are where it stands right now.
I agree,
but
I don't want to see those. I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
Just because
That's you know what? Bad precedent. Bad precedent, and I'll tell you why. You being 4-8, nah. They were 4-8. They don't deserve anything. Honestly, I would prefer them over Indianapolis and Miami. But just put Bo Nix in there. Cause like, do you really want to see like a team make it in as a 7th? Like the 7th seed is there to be like, hey, we made it. We feel like we kind of deserve it, even though we kind of don't. Because like this wouldn't really be a discussion. I feel if we wouldn't be having this discussion about if Denver or Cincinnati is in if they didn't add the 7th seed. The 7th seed is like a complimentary.
Yeah,
you tried.
It's more of like
you get to play the 2 seed and lose.
So like who's the 7th seed in the AFC right now is the Broncos, right? Dude,
yeah.
You can't tell me. I think that the Broncos would be more competitive against the Bills than the Bengals would. I think Joe Burrow and Josh Allen could put on a show.
Bo Nix and Joe Burrow just put on a show, so that was a pretty good game.
But Bo Nix played a great game, but like, come on, we know that Burrow and Allen.
You know what?
That's classic. That's the one of the modern great showdowns and I think it would be a
I'm gonna be real. It hasn't
more
been.
competitive than
It hasn't been that much. I feel like when they play, it's not as good, and Burrow just wins. The two matchups that I can recall from memory.
wins. Wouldn't that be like I mean,
No, no one wants to see Joe Burrow. I don't. I don't. As a Steelers fan, I do not. I do not need to see Joe Burrow get a 7 seed and make the AFC Championship because he gets to play Josh Allen and Mahomes, who he just knows how to beat.
I. But it would. I mean, the Bills losing in the first round means that the Chiefs have a significantly higher chance of going the distance, which.
So you would rather
But I
see the Bengals in there potentially beat them, and then the Chiefs beat Cincinnati and get all the way.
We both know the Bills win that game, theoretically. You know, first round, Bills, Bengals. Bills aren't going to mess around. But I think it would be a closer, more entertaining game than Bills Broncos. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to see him in there.
I don't know, man. Last time we saw Broncos Bills, it was Russell Wilson, and he went in and got the dub. So I'm putting together strings. I'm just saying it's not impossible. But realistically, Cincinnati, like, come on, 4-8, and you get in. Their defense is terrible. It still is. I don't know how Denver didn't pick up first down overtime.
Probably, yeah.
Joe, you know what? They can get it. Fine. They can get in, ruin their draft position as long as Josh Allen kicks their ass. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, what if
that's all I need.
Narrowly, though. That's what I want. Let's see what our guy Jay has to say. Jay, what is cracking? Thank you for popping in. He says, last year the Texans with Stroud were like that hot new Christmas toy. This year they're the same toy, but with massive recalls for causing fires. Exactly. Well said.
They have, yeah. They lost to like Titans, and then this one against Baltimore was embarrassing because it was they got 2 points. Like, understand that your defense got a safety and your offense didn't do anything. And like Stephon Diggs is hurt. You still got Nico Collins and Joe Mixon. You got no excuses. This Baltimore Ravens defense apparently hasn't been good all year, so
yeah, right.
That's gross.
I don't know why the Texans just can't. Well, I do know why the Texans can't pull it together. It's because C.J. Stroud has been a freaking goofball. He's got all the tools. The Texans' defense should be solid. Ain't it? Joe Mixon, for, when he's been on this year, he has been on. You have Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell.
Diggs and Dell are now down, but for that being said, for them being in the game, when Diggs and Dell were there.
How long are they out?
Oh, Dell's probably missing all of next year.
Oh God, what the hell? How did I miss that?
His injury was. It looked like his leg was bending the wrong way. His kneecap was out. It was not like it was. I feel twisted because like they'll like on TV they're like we're not going to show you this image because it's graphic and it's like obscene. I'm like, but I need to see what happened. And then that was like the first injury that I've ever seen. I'm like, yeah, I really wish I didn't see that. I did not want to see that at all.
Those were those like harrowing injuries, dude. Do you remember Kevin Ware, the March Madness guy from like 12 years ago at this point?
Probably not.
If that was the first injury that you wish you didn't see, yeah, basically, I don't know. Kevin Ware had one of those horrible injuries. That shit was tragic. He was this guy from
oh my gosh,
could actually see the bone. It was freaking gross. Yeah. He was good. He was fine.
Oh, okay, good. He's okay. Thank God. Thanks, God.
Yeah. But yeah, that was freaking harrowing. I hope Tank Dell feels better. All right. On to the
but looking at Lamar, also hold on. I gotta say this. I have my Lamar take because everybody to everybody and their mothers saying, "Hey, Lamar Jackson's MVP, okay? Just accept it. He's got the best stats." And I'm gonna look you dead in the eye and say you're wrong because he's not the MVP. He's not the most valuable player in the league. The most valuable player, if it's anybody, it's Joe Burrow. If the Bengals make the playoffs, if it's not him, then it's Josh Allen.
age-old conversation, right? I mean, like, if you're really looking, if you're emphasizing valuable, like, to their team, no, it is not Lamar. It would be a guy like Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. And then you start to look into the stats, right? Like, Lamar Jackson, statistically, is the best quarterback from this year.
Yes. There's an award for that. It's the Offensive Player of the Year. That's the award.
Well said. I didn't really consider that. Offensive Player of the Year. Typically, MVP and Offensive Player of the Year goes to the same guy. Maybe the NFL could switch that up this year. Because, if Lamar Jackson, by, some metric was, breaking multiple records, sure, give him the MVP. But he's not breaking multiple season records.
He did break the record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in history.
Yeah, but that's in a career, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we're talking single season because MVP is based on the season.
That's true.
I mean, I think you would give it to Josh Allen. MVP in my mind, Josh Allen. Offensive Player of the Year can go to Lamar, and yeah.
Right. You have, but the reason why the way I see it is Lamar and his team, he's got Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry provides roughly slightly less value than Lamar, but still a significant amount where I feel like he's just as important to that team. You take Derrick Henry off this team, they're probably more closer to 500 than anything else. You take Lamar off this team, probably also true. You take Josh Allen off Buffalo, they're like a four-man team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh Allen.
They don't have the receiving core
this year, and Derrick Henry definitely. One thing that hasn't been discussed enough, I think, maybe it has, how much Derrick Henry has opened up the passing game, made play action so much more effective for the Ravens. Yeah, that duo is sick. I like to watch it. But yeah, that's definitely helped Lamar out. And like you said, you take either one of them off, they fall to 500. And Josh Allen has just had the team on his back, and somehow it's just the Bills team that's made the most sense in his career.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, you really think Lamar's putting up the numbers he is with Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir? Nah.
Hey,
I like them.
Kind of
I like those. Yeah, but you're gonna take. Oh, really? You don't want Mark Andrews, or you don't want Zay Flowers.
That is true.
You don't want Derrick Henry
or
that offensive line.
Yeah, Josh Allen has been killing it. Like the Ravens receiving core is objectively better than the Bills, but here the Bills are cooking, locked up that 2 seed. Like, oh my lord. Oh, Jay says Barkley is at 1,838 yards through 15 games this season. He needs 268 yards to break Eric Dickerson's record. If he does that, is Barkley an MVP contender? This is what I was saying a couple weeks ago. I'm glad you said it. I don't know why he's kind of fallen off my radar. Maybe it's because maybe his output slowed down a little bit. But yeah,
it's the narrative, man. The MVP needs to be a quarterback.
That is true. Maybe it was big media controlling my mind.
I think if let's say Jalen Hurts doesn't play the next 2 weeks, because there's a chance Jalen doesn't play, Saquon probably, I would make the case that Saquon's an MVP. Because I think if he's not there and they're still running the DeAndre Swift, just one man DeAndre Swift show in Philly, what are we doing? Why we gotta run DeAndre Swift back? He in Chicago and he a bum. Now we have Saquon, who's actually really good. He gets out of New York and things go well for him. You know?
Philly would
you have Squidward,
as good as
and then there's the New York.
There's the Squidward gated community theory and the New York.
There's that, and then there's the New York theory. You get out of New York, things get better.
Because the Squidward and the gated community theory works on everybody except New York.
Exactly.
That's a wild thing. But
doesn't work on Chicago either. But
I think
same thing.
Chicago either at all. They dropped 8 straight after firing their coach. But Saquon Barkley, I think honestly, if he breaks Dickerson's record, yeah, give him the MVP for Saquon because, as somebody I've watched pretty much every Eagles game this year. Every week except last week, I have been jotting down the stat leaders for each individual team in each game. Saquon, as we all know, this is it's video game stuff. This is the most fun I've had watching, a running back since Adrian Peterson in 2012. And even then, Saquon is just on some other shit. Pardon my French. Family Show last year I was saying CMC deserves the MVP. So yeah, by that same logic, if Saquon can surpass Dickerson's record with he had 2,061 yards or something. Yeah. Saquon deserves that MVP.
It's
I think.
too much. I think it's.
But it's
I
hard
don't
to
know.
compete with Josh Allen, man.
And I guess Lamar's still in there. I wouldn't say he's not. I'm saying, he's got the best roster of all three of those guys.
Yeah.
So it'd be easier to put up more offensive production.
I think you can Lamar offensive player of the year, but Saquon, or I think it's got to be Saquon, Josh Allen, or low key, it's almost definitely not going to happen. If he gets his team into the playoffs, Joe Burrow for MVP. Those are my three: Allen, Saquon, and Burrow.
I mean, I would. Yeah, that's probably the right list. Everyone wants to say Lamar based on numbers, though. Everybody is a big numbers creator, and I'm like, if you were such a big numbers guy, then CMC would have been MVP last year, not Lamar. You throw less than 30 touchdowns. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like when James Harden was like prime Harden back in 2018. It's you might have Giannis. You might have Giannis putting up crazy numbers on a team where he's the only guy, but Harden on a team with Chris Paul's dropping 40 every night. I don't think Lamar is just the best quarterback statistically, but it's not like he's having a historic season. So yeah, Jason.
That's what I was laughing at. I saw that comment. Running backs feel like fat kids on prom night. They get no love in the NFL. Oh my gosh. That's true.
In the awards,
in MVP race, it's so bad.
In the awards atmosphere, in the awards segment of the NFL, yeah, running backs get no freaking love, man. When was the last time? The last time a running back won anything?
They don't get paid either. Yeah, they don't get paid as much.
They don't get paid. They get short-term deals because they get banged up. Yeah, running backs really get a raw deal.
They really do.
Rough. All right, let's
Aston Jeanty might change positions.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hyped to see him in the league next year, though. Is he what's his draft stock looking like? Oh wait, he's just a freshman, so he's got to stay in college another year, right?
No, I think he's not a freshman. I don't think so. I didn't think he was a freshman. I think he's. Am I crazy? The one thing I'll be happy for Ashton Jeanty, I just don't want him on Dallas.
Why not on
Which is
Dallas
probably gonna happen.
of all teams? I thought I
Hate
you
wall.
wouldn't want him in the AFC North.
You know what? No. I don't. If he's in the North, I don't want him on our team. I don't think anybody takes him outside of maybe Cleveland. But I don't want him on Dallas either. Listen, Taff. Listen, we gotta make the hate wall, and mine's gonna be so big. It's gonna be so big. It's gonna be huge in New York. New York, it's gonna be huge. My hate wall, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a huge hate wall. Yeah, he's eligible.
Oh, okay.
He's eligible for this 2025 draft.
Hey, New York Jets. Just kidding. We have Breece Hall, but it's everything about this team.
No, you meant to say that. We have Breece Hall. We have Breece Hall.
Everything about this team is just so weird, man. Breece Hall was.
Yeah, Jay said he's a junior and that he's 21. So yeah, I thought he was. There's no way he was a freshman.
He's ready to roll.
Because I was humping up.
until
There's so
this
much
year.
draft stock.
He just came out of his shell this year, man. He was really balling.
Maybe he was always a baller.
Maybe. How about Shador Sanders though? Y'all think Shador Sanders is gonna be a
Oh,
dog?
he was bad against BYU
Yeah, I don't know
this week in the
how
bowl
he
game.
was. Oh, no, Travis Hunter. I mean, sorry.
No, it's Hunter did.
Hunter's been awesome. He's had some great catches. I think Hunter will be a good pro, but I don't know. Shador Sanders, I don't know. He's kind of iffy in my book.
He holds the ball too long. He's got the Russell Wilson problem. That's the other problem with Russell Wilson. He holds on to the ball like he's never gonna see it again. Which he might not if he keeps playing the way he is, but he holds on to that ball like it's peanut butter. And he can't get it off his hands. I'm like, get rid of the ball. Do it. Just throw the ball. He's sitting in the pocket for like 5 seconds, like, yeah. I mean, it's either that or no one's open, which I also believe, but I don't even. I hate him, man. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, he does hold on to the ball too long. I mean, Travis Hunter though, he's a dog. Honestly, I've only watched a handful of Colorado games this year. Like I watched like 3 or 4. I watched their first couple. I watched their game against Nebraska. I watched the game against BYU, and freaking. Yeah, I don't know. Travis Hunter is going to translate to the league. Shador, I don't know. It remains to be seen. I think quarterbacks in general need to be like they need to prefer the they need to get the equivalent of a red shirt in the NFL.
Dude, so hold on. I just saw Jay saying that he prefers Cam Ward over Sanders, which I kind of agree, Jay. I'm with you on that point. Shout out to you for being here, by the way, man. It's early. This is still early for me. Like doing this show, I still feel like it's early. So the fact that you're here with us, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
but
thank you for coming.
To the point on Cam Ward, Ward is like there was a game he played in the game against Miami, and there was apparently a lot of like people were heated about this. It was like 50-50 both ways. He didn't finish the game. He played the first half and then didn't play the second half, and they lost. They lost the bowl game. So people were like, "You quit on your team. Like that feels like a red flag." And other people were like, "He's trying to protect his future." So I don't know. I didn't know. I was kind of split because I feel both sides. You know, like I kind of agree. I feel like both sides make sense.
I mean, it's an age-old thing. That's been happening for I don't know. I remember I think like certain players on Mississippi State would do that before our bowl games, and I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think NFL scouts are gonna really care. They're because they want to get that bag. The players do, and I don't know. You're kind of slightly burning the bridge of the people on the college team to go to the pros, or to ensure that you get to the pros. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it says anything about his character or anything like in terms of an NFL player. I think I would want to play in his shoes, but actually I don't know because you have millions of dollars.
But it feels weird, right?
Table, you know.
I don't know. It feels. I don't know. I see both sides. Like as a fan of like Miami and somebody, or even like a teammate, and you want to try to like win every game, even if like it technically doesn't matter. I don't know. I can see how that would rub people the wrong way. I also see the purpose of preparing financially for your future if you're going to be a quarterback at the highest level, right? So, but it felt like he was almost doing it just for the record because there was like a record like being the all-time passing yardage leader in what ACC, I think, or no, it was Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord, Syracuse quarterback, all-time leading passer in ACC, but it was something like it was touchdowns, all-time like NCAA touchdown record. It was something like that. And once he got the record, he was done. Like that was the part that I think where people got rubbed the wrong way.
That is.
You were just doing
lame.
it for the record.
I didn't know about that part. So this guy played the first half of the game until he broke the passing yards record, and then he was like, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah, it's like you just get the nugget. And it's like, all right, you had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, yeah, I'm gonna use a different context. You had me in the first half. Now I'm like, I'm chilling on the bench. You know, you guys figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. I'll say. I don't really rock with that. Jay says, you see that in a lot of bowl games. Kyle Mananga, the Rutgers running back, sitting out of the bowl game. I understand protecting the draft stock, but as a competitor, it just feels cheap. Yeah, it kind of takes away from. I think that kind of ties into like the deep problem in college football right now. I think in college basketball, it's not as bad, but like, can you give me like, can you name a game or two games in the college football playoff that has been close? The talent is so
No.
saturated on to a like 5 or 6 teams that it's become more it's become less about winning the games and more about going to a program that has a bigger NIL budget that can get you nationally televised games. And it's upsetting. Also, the transfer portal, they got rid of the fact that you used to have to take a gap year to transfer, which I feel like created so it meant less players would transfer, and it created more of a bond with the players on the school you're a fan of. But now it's like, dude, I'm a huge Mississippi State fan, and it's like, I still love watching our basketball, and it's not as bad in basketball as it is in football, but like, there's a guy named Shaq Moore who was a freaking dog off the bench.
Shaq?
Yeah.
Shaq Moore. I love guys named Shaq.
Yeah, he was a dog. And now he transferred to Kansas. We had some guys that went pro. I think that was our only guy that transferred out, but like we had it's just so weird now. It's like we have a guy that's in from Florida, a guy that transferred in from DePaul, and for all we know, they could be on another team next year. It's like I don't like that you can play for a different school every year in college now. It takes away from the bond you have with the players. It's become less about competition. And like Tom Brady said something about it. Like, you used to be a part of a program. It used to be it would be ingrained into your lifestyle. The lessons that you would learn, it varied from school to school, but now I think it's been depersonalized.
Yeah, it's true. Especially because that's college football's strength, right? Like, that's the whole reason. That's the only argument I feel when people talk college football and why it's better than the NFL is there's that like what is it, when Penn State has their whiteout game, right? It's all this culture and this build up, oh yeah, we're ramping it up, everybody's connected in that stadium based on the fact that they go to that school, and it loses that touch. And now there were memes too where it's when they say the school they went to and pregame intros, they're gonna be like John Smith, Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State, Oregon, all of their all the schools that they went to instead of just the one. And I'm that's kind of tough, man.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, what are players gonna say when in their intros? That's how I felt about Bo Nix. Turns out he only went to 2 different schools, and I was being overly hard on him. But yeah,
he's just an old senior.
Dude, there are so many wide receiver 4s for Mississippi State that I can name, and I probably won't be able to have that anymore because they'll just transfer somewhere else. Bro.
Well, I mean, if they have the opportunity to get those minutes.
Absolute beast of a kick returner. Chad Bumphis? Ugh. Well, yeah.
Chad Bumphis?
Yeah. He actually went on to play.
That's a jersey right there.
He played for the Dolphins for about a season. I don't think.
All right. All right. Practice squad and stuff.
No, he got a touchdown. He played 1 season. I think he was undrafted. Signed him. He was a dog. Shout out Chad Bumphis.
We're gonna interview Chad Bumphis. Is that who we're gonna go at?
I love that. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna reach out to Chad Bumphis. Imagine playing Jeopardy or something with Chad Bumphis. We could have a Mississippi trivia segment.
That'd be exciting. That'd be fun.
I would love that. we have, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some Mississippi State alumni on here. That would be crazy. All right, Jay says 8th-year seniors and constant transfers just feels like the pros minus the big contracts and mid-season trades. Exactly. The talent just gets shuffled around too much. I'm with you, Jay. Let's see. Let's see what's next here on our slideshow. Oh, we aren't.
Yay! Yeah,
I know y'all couldn't wait for
come
us to talk about
on!
this one. It's finally here. The
Woo!
wait is over. Everybody has
It's
this
great.
on their calendars. Dude, Seahawks win 6-3. Wow, it's almost as boring as that Super Bowl that Jared Goff was in.
Dude, it's great. This I remember because we were at Dan's and Harry was like really excited that like, oh, I got Jackson Smith and Jigba in this game. I'm in the fantasy championship.
Oh my god.
And then
yeah.
and then he did nothing.
Yeah, this game actually nothing happened. Nothing happened. Other than
Everyone's face on these images accurately were like give me my emotion of how I felt about this game.
Yeah, everybody looks kind of bored / upset.
Keenan Allen's face 100% was me watching this game. Like it looks like he's got something caught in his teeth. That's what he looks like, and that's what this game made me feel like. Like I had popcorn kernels in my teeth. This game was trash.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to give a big ol' sigh. But yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna go.
But yeah, Seahawks improved to 9-7. Bears lose what? Their 9th straight, their 10th straight.
I think they're 4-12.
Yeah, 4-12. That's their 10th straight loss.
10 straight, yeah.
I said it once, I'll say it again, man. I remember watching. It was the game where Jaden Daniels threw that Hail Mary, and made him lose. Before that loss, the Bears were 4-2, and the headline was like, the Bears can have their best start since 2008 when Jay Cutler was their starting quarterback, and then they literally
Smoking Jay.
Like the Bears break any sort of record, which is like even like one that's like, all right, finally, it's like the end of a drought. It's not necessarily an impressive record, and yeah, it's just so bad. If they improved to 5-2, they would have broken it, but they could not. Jay says the Thursday night games on Prime are just like Amazon's customer service. It's right on par for the brand. For real.
This one in particular, but there were a couple good ones. There have been some good Thursday games. You know what bothers me the most, actually, is that there were 2 Thursday games that were Cowboys-Giants, and they were both awful. Like, what was the idea? Like, I get the Cowboys have to play on Thanksgiving, but you made them play the Giants on Thursday night earlier in the year, too? And we know who the Giants quarterback is, and it's Daniel Jones. Like, Giants don't got to be in prime time.
Yeah, that's evil. Going into the season, I didn't know the Giants quarterback situation would be so bad that it would make me miss Daniel Jones. Like,
he could be on the team with the 1 seed.
Danny Dimes
needs
a job. Danny Dimes needs a job.
He does. He's backup quarterback in Minnesota.
New York. What? He signed?
He signed like a month ago. The second he got cut, he went to the Vikings. And I'm going to tell you, if Sam Darnold goes down, I actually trust Daniel Jones to win with the Vikings.
I think Daniel Jones could take him there. I mean, you got him.
No, I said win a playoff game. Not all the way. He'd win 1. He only gets 1.
No, he could. Daniel Jones will take him the distance. That's my guy.
Oh my!
I just
you
have
and
an affinity for mediocre quarterbacks.
Mediocre quarterbacks that play for New York teams.
Yeah, like let's go, Danny Dimes.
That's crazy. But he'll be. I think, funny enough, I think he will. He'll get another shot, and he will be better just because he's with Kevin O'Connell. Yeah. Kevin O'Connell saved Sam Darnold, and now we're actually seeing Kirk Cousins be bad, and he leaves Kevin O'Connell. What does that tell you about how good Kevin O'Connell is? I don't know. I think that tells me a lot about how good he is as head coach. That Sean McVay coaching tree.
That is true. Sean McVay is a freaking dog. He is with it. Sean McVay is kind of like actually good Mike Tomlin, I think, because he can get above 500, but he can back it up when
Who?
it's time.
Wait, who was it?
Sean McVay. He's like Mike Tomlin if he was for real.
Yeah, but like he knows how to coach offense. Mike Tomlin couldn't coach offense. Sean McVay, he knows how to actually coach offense. He's an offensive coach. Mike Tomlin was, I think, like a linebackers coach, and then was like, "All right, here's the job. Go do this." And then, yeah.
Jay says practice squad QB in mini is better than the starting QB for the Giants. Shockingly real. That is
Well, I would pay starting quarterback for the Giants if I was getting paid like that. If I was getting paid what Daniel Jones is doing, I'd be the Giants. I'd be the Giants slave, man. I would just get paid as much. I'd do whatever.
Bro, he got so much money from that deal. Dude, I was thinking a minute ago, we should make a meme where it's like, you get the sound where it's like that choir. It's like, when you call my name,
I'll take you then.
It's like a made up scenario of like Sam Darnold goes down in the wild card
Yeah.
game, and then like he picks up Daniel Jones freaking playing.
Am I come on? I'm gonna take you there. I was trust me, I have stuff cooked up for the playoffs. I'm praying on the Ravens loss because if they lose, well, actually, I'm gonna say when because like I feel confident they'll lose. But if they lose, I have a meme. It's like an old meme.
Minnesota's gonna lose?
No, Baltimore. I feel Baltimore's gonna lose at some point, and there's gonna be a meme where there's like the choir, and it's like, "How you feeling about the Ravens loss?" And they go, "No, I'm not crying. No, 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 I'm not crying." And it's I'm bringing that one out.
I've got to see.
I should make that a soundboard fight too.
Gonna love that one.
Yeah, I know, dude. I've made it just for him, man.
Dude,
I just need his Ravens to lose. His Ravens just need to lose one, and I'm gonna have it set up.
I feel like the odds of it happening are very low because odds are the Ravens will be meeting the Bills in the divisional, and the Steelers will be meeting the Chiefs in the divisional. And
Well, we gotta beat Houston. Let's relax.
Well,
We
yeah,
still have
you
to
gotta
beat the
Houston. I'm
Texans.
kind of a little nervous there, Philip White.
Steelers against bad teams. We've lost to Tim Tebow in the playoffs, and Blake Bortles in the playoffs, and Baker Mayfield in the playoffs. We've lost to just about every quarterback under the sun. CJ Stroud is a quarterback under the sun. We'll probably lose to him too.
That is true. I don't know. We'll have to see. I've got faith in the Steelers to at least put one win under their belt. Jay says Jones to Justin Jefferson, game-winning TD, just like Tebow to Thomas. Yeah.
I miss DT. Rest in peace. I do not miss Team Tebow at any level. I do not miss the.
Rest in peace, DT. I freaking loved that play. I remember, for whatever reason, I think when I was younger, I'm 23. That play was about what, like 11 years ago. That play, I thought that play was amazing. Oh, I know why. I was rooting for the Broncos. Nowadays, I can root for the Steelers. They're Philip White's team.
Oh, what? You didn't like the Steelers back then? You didn't like us?
Yeah, dude. Because one of my first favorite teams was the Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald Cardinals. And I remember, dude, Santonio Holmes made me cry in that Super Bowl. So I had been with the Steelers for years. 4 years, man. And also the Broncos were just fun, man. Tim Tebow.
Oh my gosh. The 8-8 Denver Broncos who got absolutely smoked in the next round. Ugh.
Woo!
Gross. So gross. So disgusting. Listen, okay, and I'm gonna say this. That Cardinal loss, best thing Arizona's ever gonna get. Ever.
Oh,
ever in their life.
No,
ever.
The Cardinals, bro.
Nope. That was the getting to that Super Bowl itself, miracle in its own right.
No, it was not. Well, I mean, maybe.
Yes, it was.
It was an amazing journey. Those guys were underdog story through and through. Kurt Warner was working at a grocery store, dude. Like,
That was back on the Rams, bro. That he wasn't an underdog anymore at that point. He was
no,
just an old guy
like
who's being old.
He was dope. He was dope. Larry Fitzgerald, great guy. I think I've never met him, but like
Larry's a great guy.
Larry just seems.
But
he seems like a good guy, man. He's kind of like I don't know. I feel like this is a callback to like the first episode of the podcast ever. I feel like Larry Fitzgerald makes a mean burger, right? Like I feel like if you're at a cookout, Larry's on the grill. Like,
he makes a mean burger.
like,
man, but he had to turn on God mode. He had to turn on God mode. That like, respect to Larry Fitzgerald, he's unbelievable. That's legitimately the best he's ever played in his life, which is saying a lot because he played very well for very long. But the reality is, the Arizona Cardinals are something. Every team has a role. Every team has like a basic ideology that they essentially are, that they can't avoid. The Cardinals are the retirement home of the NFL. That is where players to go to just play like 1 or 2 more years. It is like there and maybe Tennessee. They're like, there's one retirement home in the NFC. That's Arizona. The retirement home in the AFC, probably Tennessee.
You can't say that many teams are. You can't say like that a team for all time has a role. It's very fluid. Like,
but right now, for like the past decade or so, that's been the retirement home of the NFL. You go there to play like your last couple of seasons. J.J. Watt did. DeAndre Hopkins probably should have. Because, I mean, come on. Like, really? Does anyone... I barely even remember that he's on the Chiefs. Like, come on. That is... Terrell Suggs was there for a little bit. Like, that's retirement home territory. For the most part. For the most part, players go there to retire.
I don't know, man. What about Trey McBride?
It's Arizona.
What about...
Yeah, he got drafted. If you get drafted by them, it's one thing. But most times, they sound like old heads.
What about...
Like, come on.
Yo, what about Tim Hightower?
What?
He was the linebacker?
Tim Hightower? You mean Dante Hightower?
Yeah, Dante Hightower.
Tim Hightower. Yeah. What about him?
He was a dog. He didn't get drafted by the Cardinals.
He didn't play for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
you're thinking of Chandler. You're thinking of Chandler.
I'm thinking of who?
You really gonna make me look this up when I know him, right? Like, come on. Don't. This guy crazy. Let's go ahead. No, you know what? Let's entertain this thought. I'm an entertaining guy, so I'll entertain your thought.
I know
Let's see. He played for... Oh, wow. Yeah. So as a player, he played... It was Chandler Jones. You got the wrong guy. Too close.
No, I know for a fact there was a linebacker on the Cardinals whose last name was Hightower.
Really?
For a fact.
And you're confident in that. Because it's not Dante Hightower. You know what? Fine. Really, this guy does not look like a linebacker to me.
You don't look like a linebacker to me. No.
Tim Hightower was a running back. He had the wrong back.
He played for the Patriots.
No, he didn't. He played for the FXFL Black Tips, but he did not play for the Patriots.
How do you think I know who he is? I don't spend my time watching the XFL. I know Tim Hightower played for the Patriots at one point.
No, he did not. You're thinking of Dante Hightower. You're thinking of 2 different people who have the same last name.
Nah.
Yes, you are. Oh my god.
Nah.
Dude, yes you are. I like how the Seahawks Bears game is so not like this has not been the conversation because it sucks. It's just the thing has been sitting on the slide, but it's so bad that I don't want to talk about it. You'd rather talk about Tim Hightower than talk about this game. He's a running back who played for the Cardinals, never played for New England, and that's life. That's life, man.
Tim Hightower was the running back, not the linebacker. Yeah. Jay says only one dog every worse that Cardinals jersey, and he is American hero Pat Tillman.
Yes, Pat Tillman's the man. That was so. That's why don't they have the. I think it's on. Is it on every NFL field, or is it not on there anymore? Should be. He's
He also said,
Pat Tillman was a military guy who
yeah.
passed away when he got drafted, and I think they color in the red, the 40, because he used to wear 40s. So they colored in red, like they outline it red. I think it's in the Cardinal Stadium at least.
Yeah. Jay also says a high tower gonna be a high tower no matter where he plays. That's a fact. I feel like all high towers in football, they play with that same spirit. You know, they're gritty. Oh, war.
They're what? Wait, what are they? Wait, Taff, what'd you say they were?
A high tower gonna be a high tower no matter where he plays. I feel like high towers in the NFL, they're gritty. They play with that spirit.
Yeah, well, wait, what? They're what? What'd you just say?
They're gritty.
Oh, they're gritty. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That we were on the same page there.
Yeah, they're gritty. Not THEYRE, but THEIR. Like they're gritty.
They're gritty.
All right, let's get off of this ugly Seahawks slide and talk about something.
Yo, who do you think the Bears hire to save their franchise?
Dude, I don't freaking know. Maybe the Lions offensive coordinator.
Dude, there is not from this game, but the game before when they played the Lions, they had like a trick play. The Lions threw in like a fake stumble. The Jahmyr Gibbs pretends to fall down, and then they get Sam Laporta wide open in the back of the end zone. I think Ben Johnson was trying to flex on the Bears. I ain't gonna lie. I think he might want the job.
He was pitching himself to the Bears.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that was like his mini interview. I think it's gonna be a coach though. I think it's got to be like Mike Vrabel. I've heard Pete Carroll come out of retirement.
Pete Carroll would be sick.
Come out of the Headbugs and go coach to the Bears.
Not finished. I feel like he's just too attached to football to kick back and watch.
He might come back out. I would like to see some Pete Carroll. That'd be entertaining.
I feel like Pete Carroll on the Jets it spells disaster. It's not good vibes.
It did spell disaster because it happened once.
Yeah, it's not good vibes if he goes to the Jets. I don't want that. But the Chargers clinch a playoff berth with their win against the Patriots. What? Oh, Pete Carroll also said he wants the job with the Bears.
Did he say he wants the job? Hold on. I know that there was rumors. I didn't know how like legit it was because I saw like some people beefing. Like I think it was like Schefter Rapport, one of the two, was like beefing with Mike Florio, who's another reporter, about whether or not like hey, stop saying I leaked this. I didn't leak this. You can't tell me that. Like he like arguing about sources or whatever. But Carroll, Bears job.
Wow. You know.
Oh yeah, I guess it was according to the New York Post.
Oh wow.
Yeah, his wish list leaked. 73-year-old could go coach for the Bears.
You know, he looks good for 73. Like he doesn't look 73.
Yeah, he's always looked like young.
Yeah, he's a healthy guy.
But good for 73. He definitely looks old, but he looks like he's healthy in that age.
Yeah.
You know he balling.
Yeah, he's definitely ready to. He could definitely come back for football. It's not it's not out of the equation whatsoever. I would like to see that. And then the Jets, just pick up somebody. Just get somebody that's not Jeff Olsen.
Me. I'll be the head coach. Honestly, I'll coach the Jets, guy. I'll save you.
Don't sabotage them.
No, I'll get them to the playoffs. I think I could get the Jets team to the playoffs. We'll be a 7 seed.
I would have to become
the
head coach of the Steelers then if you did that, because you would hang that over my head. You'd be like, yeah, the Jets made the
I
playoffs.
saved your franchise.
I saved the Jets. Where's my thanks? Like you would try and make me be like, thanks, Philip White. Like for a team that's on your hate wall, probably. Like,
no, the Jets aren't on my hate wall. I just like shitting on them. It's too fun. It's too easy. It's like layups. Like everyone likes tossing up a layup in basketball.
Yeah. True. It is fun to crap on the Jets. I mean, like I'm a Jets fan, and I'd be crapping on the Jets. Just get rid of Aaron Rodgers, man. Sign Pete. Sign Ben Johnson. Sign
Go get Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. No.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't run it with like Tyrod Taylor and Jordan Travis next year. I
Kirk Cousins.
Jordan Travis. I mean, I think he could be ready to take the reins. We'll have to see. But don't bring Aaron Rodgers back, man. Ugh. But yeah, Chargers clinched the postseason berth. Right now they are sitting at what? Like, is the next slide the playoff picture?
No, it says 10-6. See, I write things. See how I say Chargers?
6, but like I'm trying to figure out what seed they're sitting at right now. They're currently playing the Ravens as it stands.
6 seed. They're 6 seed.
Yeah, they're 6 seed.
They'll
They're
play the
playing
Raven.
the Ravens, and that AFC playoff picture is pretty dead set unless the Ravens lose to the Browns and the Steelers beat the Bengals, which seems improbable. If the Bengals win out and the Ravens lose to the Browns, the playoff picture will change. But
it could happen. It might.
Wow, yeah, we still have to talk about this game. Dude.
Yeah.
How about it? This game was absolute cinema. I honestly, I can't believe the Broncos lost this game. That throw, we got to start with that throw by
the Boeing 747.
Boeing 747, dude. That was freaking crazy. Oh, before we get deep into this game, Jay says Rex Ryan back to the Jets one more time around. Him, Fireman Ed, new quarterback, Coach Mark Sanchez. Do it, Britt.
That'd actually be really. That'd be legit. I would be way more. I would be super invested right away.
It would be fun to watch, but like,
it'd be great to watch. It'd be better than what you have. Let's be honest.
Anything is better than what we have right now, but like.
But those are the guys. Those were the guys who got you to 2 AFC championships. Those are the guys. Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan.
I just feel like, there's something very New York sports about hiring Rex Ryan. Hiring back,
because you did do it.
Not in a good way. There's just something
I
weird
feel
about it.
like
I feel like there's a reason this guy has been away from football for so long.
He'll fix the defense. The defense is the problem right now, right? Because you fired your one defensive guy.
That's the problem right now, man.
Yeah, but you should play to your strength. If you're stronger on defense, then you should fix your defense again and get your defense back to being good.
I think like
because your defense sucks right now.
For the Jets right now, it's like the definition of beggars can't be choosers. Like, literally anything is better.
So then get Rex Ryan.
Yeah, I guess I'm down for Rex Ryan. Like, I'm not picky about anything because I know, like, whatever it is, it's probably gonna be a net positive. Because it's just been so freaking ugly.
One can hope.
Yeah.
One can only hope.
Hell, bring back Mark Sanchez as the quarterback at this point.
All right, now you crazy. you're gonna have butt fumble again.
I'd be down. I mean, as long as it gets us a better record than what's happening right now in a less chaotic locker room.
I don't see how getting a butt fumble would get you a record.
I mean, because as long as the butt fumble isn't happening every down, like, come on. Aaron Rodgers has been a freaking jerk all year. But let's talk about, like, dude, I got to get my bars off real quick. Aaron Rodgers, freaking fake hippie, anti-vaxxer, freaking conspiracy theorist, horrible leader. I hate that guy. Dude, all right, yeah, but Burrow and Bo Nix, man, absolute show last night. Philip White's still laughing about how annoying Aaron Rodgers is. He's freaking goofball.
Jay said also the Jets need to live stream Brick Johnson letting Rodgers know he's alone. Get you. The views alone.
That is a fantastic take. Yeah, that needs to happen. The Jets need to drastic times call for drastic measures.
I wouldn't doubt it because he is like. First of all, also it's like because he's what in his 70s and he has teenage sons. Like, and I'm pretty sure like they were doing like helping him. That's why like the Madden rating story, like how he drafted Jerry Jeudy based on his Madden rating. That's an idea they would pitch. They would pitch the idea to live stream cuts. Like, Dad, this could get us a lot of views, get us a lot of traction. We should do it.
Oh no, man.
That's
I-
why,
when
like,
I heard
legit.
about that,
Joe
I
Douglas said he
banished
answers
the
to a
thought.
teenager.
I banished the thought when I heard about the fact that we didn't make the like pretty much bargain deal. We didn't make that bargain trade for Jerry Jeudy because Jerry Judy's Madden rating was too low. Like, oh my god, like I had to choose to forget about that. Like, Brick Johnson is a goofball. I miss Joe Douglas already, man. Ugh. I know Johnson was still the owner regardless, but like, come on, what a weird thing to do. That is atrocious. Ugh.
It's yeah. One way to say about the Jets is that they're just a disgrace. Awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The Jets and the Giants have been competing for like most depressing team in football this year. They've been going so far. Like it's ridiculous. But all right, Burrow downs the Boeing Knicks, man. Broncos playoff hopes majorly down. Jay says, Aaron Brick here. Listen, we know your Madden rating will be below an 80, so with that being said, we got to let you go. We got a quarterback
whose rating
whose rating is close to a 76, and we can get him to Steve. Yeah, that's the
Trust me, he's got star development. You know, it's like
he's got superstar development. So
he's got the superstar X factor on Madden. So we're gonna go get him. You know, he develops quickly. His awareness rating in the 90s. I think it's the right move.
Yeah, that's really sound logic right there. What could go wrong?
Exactly. Nothing.
Nothing could go wrong. The season will be perfect basing it off of Madden because, you know, if you ever played their simulation, it's totally accurate. Yeah. This game last night was absolute cinema. Can we talk about how the end of that game, the clock management, it wasn't totally in the Bengals' control because Chase Brown went down with that injury. But like, holy crap, man. That is crazy. They had the ball with like a minute and a half left. They could have just like knelt it or, you know, put the ball in the center and then let the clock tick a bit.
Yeah.
Then they ran it to the one. Chase Brown falls down on purpose. Injury timeout. The Broncos still have 2 timeouts left. There's like a minute 31 left. So, given time management, because of timeouts and stuff, they got more bang for their buck to just score the touchdown anyway because they would have only been up 3 with like 50 seconds left the way the cookie was crumbling. And yeah, and then Bo Nix with the freaking he had the throw of the century on 4th and 1 with like 8 seconds left.
Yeah. Not the check down king anymore, is he?
Yeah, right. What a shot. Also, what a catch by Marvin Mims. That shit was crazy. You know, like I love to watch the Bengals offense work. It's just fun seeing Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase play, but like the Broncos deserved this win, I think.
No, they didn't. I'll tell you why they didn't. First off, that doink, like I thought when they missed that kick, I was saying like he's gonna miss it. Like I'm gonna jinx him right now. He says 1 yard on the thing. I was talking to my cousin. He's gonna miss this kick.
Wait,
and he did.
It was jinxed because of what?
No, I said it. He's gonna make this kick. I didn't say I'd make. I said he was gonna miss this kick. And my cousin was like, no way. It's like 30-yarder. He's not gonna miss it. Misses the kick, right? And then at the end of this, I said literally all Denver has to do. They did not get a first down in overtime at all. Which, like, in 2 possessions. They had 2 possessions. Neither one could get a first down. If even one of them did, I'm pretty sure it's game over. Like, they would have just made it a tie and clinched their playoff spot. Like, that's what would have happened. It didn't. That's what would have happened. And they should have been able to convert a first down against one of the worst defenses Come on. It's the worst defense in the league. Get a first down.
Like, arguably the worst defense in the league. All you needed to do is get a first down. Yeah, pretty bad.
And now, to guarantee that you get in, you got to beat the Chiefs. You got to beat the Chiefs. Now, I don't think we'll see if they're starting their guys. They might not be starting anybody because they have the 1 seed, so no reason to. But it's the thing. It's a real problem. You got to beat. Beating the Chiefs is not. It's never easy. They always have their devil magic.
It is never easy. I don't see the Chiefs doing that unless they're resting their guys. And even then, it's like, ugh, I don't know. Yeah.
It'll be Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz highlight reel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, fun fact about this Bengals game. So the Bengals, that final score, that final touchdown that won the game for them was a 3-yard touchdown pass to T. Higgins. That was the Bengals' first touchdown in overtime in franchise history. Isn't that
trash?
Like, that is, like...
Bengals suck, dude.
That means every other time until last night, when the Bengals went into overtime, they lost every game unless they got a stop and kicked a field goal. That is crazy. And they won a Super Bowl in the 80s. That's just kind of wild to me.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did with Berman at QB, right?
No. They didn't win. They lost.
Have the Bengals won a Super Bowl?
Nope.
Oh.
And let's hope they never will. Because I do not enjoy
Man,
either Ohio team.
You can't handle a single Super Bowl from somebody in your division.
Nope.
You're like the Steelers are like towards the top of most Super Bowls won ever. So
I watched that Rams game. I was wholeheartedly cheering for Frat Stafford when that Super Bowl happened. Wholeheartedly.
Oh, Lord. I was rooting for the Bengals. I love me some Joe Burrow, man.
Ain't no way. Get Joe Shiesty away from me.
Joe Shiesty, the GOAT, for real.
Yeah, it was, I think Jay just said, yeah, it was Boomer Esiason lost that game to not Broadway Joe. Broadway Joe's technically Joe Namath.
Broadway
Be plain
Joe.
Joe.
Shout out. New York Jets, baby. All about the Jets.
It's all about the Jets, baby. Let's go Jets. New York Jets. Nah, yeah. Good old Joe Montana.
Another one of Phil's favorite teams, the 49ers.
No, on my hate wall, too.
He hates the Niners out of...
I say about half the league.
The Niners out of fear.
Almost half the league hate wall. It's not fear, no.
Yeah, because they're
it's
too
disgust.
And Super Bowl wins. You said
it's no, but it's disgust.
You're scared they're gonna win a Super Bowl and get closer to the Steelers in total Super Bowl wins.
I'll be disgusted if they do. I'll be disgusted. I won't be afraid. I'll be disgusted. Do you really? Okay, look at me after this season and tell me, yeah, guys, Brock Purdy should win a Super Bowl. Hell no.
It doesn't. It depends. There's so many contingencies to that. You know, like
here's your contingency. He's not good.
Last year, Niners should have won the Super Bowl.
Why?
Because the Chiefs are annoying and they use devil magic and the Niners window is so open.
Hey.
Kyle Shanahan.
Hey,
what?
Hey, also, Kyle Shanahan's on my really strongly disliked wall.
Because he blew that lead against the Patriots?
Yes, and I love Matt Ryan. I hate the Patriots, and he lost in that game. You have Devontae Freeman, run the ball. You don't got to be dropping back to pass like dude, come on. That's his curse. He did that, and he's never going to win one again because he fumbled so badly.
He was probably trusted enough to call audibles.
Here's an idea. How about Kyle Shanahan teaching his team the overtime rules in the playoffs? Because apparently, somehow, some way, they didn't know in that Super Bowl. That's on them. Like, how is it that you as a coach are one of the best offensive minds, and you don't know the rules of the sport you're playing? How do you, not go through and see, all right, what rules did they change? And then teach those rules to your football team. That would be like, hey, guys, they updated chess, but let's not teach you the new rules. We'll just go out there and figure it out. And you're like in like the World Championship trying to play, and they're like, "Oh, new rule, you can't do that." I'm like, "What?
That is true. They should have known.
Huh?"
And speaking of chess, this is more of a Tuesday podcast conversation, but Magnus Carlsen kicked from the World Chess Championship for wearing jeans, and I heard the event was sponsored by Levi's. Crazy.
That was crazy. That was the craziest part when I heard about that. I was like, "Wait, the sponsors are like the primary gene, like the gene place?" Okay.
Well, yeah, this is a hell of a game last night. The Broncos probably, the Bengals might have prevented both teams from making the playoffs with this one because Bengals are going to have their hands full with the Steelers. The Broncos are going to have their hands full with the Chiefs.
Yeah, we've been streaming for almost an hour and a half. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hour and a half, 85. I'm 85 minutes. Because I'm reading off YouTube. That might be wrong. 85 minutes, though.
They are all but set. I mean, the AFC North, unless the Ravens lose to the Browns next week, I mean...
Come on, Cleveland. Come on, Cleveland, baby. Come on. You're gonna do one thing for me. Just do the one thing. Just do the one thing. That's all I ask.
Yeah, all of the AFC divisions are set except for the AFC North. NFC North, one of my favorite storylines. I think we'll go more into depth once we get to that Packers-Vikings game today. One of my favorite storylines for the rest of the season is the Vikings' final two games because you have the Packers today, and then you have the Lions next week. Given the Vikings beat the Packers, that game, Vikings-Lions, is for the first-round bye in the NFC. So that's going to be fun. NFC South is still very much a close race with the Michael Penix-led Falcons and the Baker Mayfield-led Bucks. And then the NFC East pretty much decided unless the Eagles lose out and the Commanders win out. And then the NFC West, the Rams are one game ahead of the Seahawks. And yeah. And then here's our playoff right now. Let's check this out. Philip Boy, what do you think of this playoff picture as we take a gander?
Disgusting. No, I'm just kidding. I hate that Cincinnati is that close to making the playoffs. I'm excited. Could you imagine if the Vikings are the 1 seed this year? Like, if the Vikings find a way to win the next 2 games, and they're the 1 seed, and you think about the way their season started, because it was like, Jordan Addison got hurt in like preseason, and then no one knew when Hawkinson's timetable was going to return. And then it's like, we got to go Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy's out. And then everyone thought Sam Darnold would suck. And now Sam Darnold's goaded in the sauce. Like, Sam Darnold's amazing. It's the best. I think it's right of all the teams there. It's like the best story by far.
Oh yeah, for sure. If the Vikings got the 1 seed, it'd be immaculate. And you know what would make that story even better?
What?
I would never wish hurt on anybody, but if Sam Darnold goes down and Danny Dimes comes in and goes on a playoff run, takes him the distance. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing.
So listen to this. An NFC championship that haunts New York fans entirely. Vikings, Eagles. Saquon Barkley in the NFC championship would haunt Giants fans. If Daniel Jones starts, it really hurts Giants fans. But if it's Sam Darnold, that now haunts the Jets. So it's just the NFC championship game to just say, hey, New York guys, what's up? What you doing? What you doing over there at home?
Yeah, that would be evil. That would be the New York sports fans' great American tragedy. That would be horrendous. But dude, honestly, that NFC playoff picture is looking fire. Like, dude, every matchup, fantastic. You got Rams.
I mean, do we really care about Atlanta though? That's like the one that's like I think is a dud.
So So
Maybe Denver, Buffalo, but
Denver Buffalo's a dud, but if the Bengals make it in over Denver, and um, let so let's think here. What would happen? Let's say the Vikings win out and they take that first round bye over the Lions. Are the Lions the 5 seed?
yeah, yeah, that would be. The Vikings get the
Wow.
1, and the Lions are the 5. Go play Atlanta.
Imagine Michael Penix crushing the souls of Detroit fans everywhere. The entire city of
Oh
Detroit
my gosh.
just gets their hearts broken. I'd be down. That'd be
If
fun.
Atlanta,
I'm excited to watch playoff Atlanta, honestly.
if it, I'm not. To be honest, I don't think they're a good team. I think they're bad. I mean, Michael Penix is gonna play what? If Michael Penix spends that season, the playoff, and we assume they make the playoffs, his 4th game ever is a playoff game. Like, that's kind of,
Throw him in the fire. Temper the sword.
dude. He's gonna get rocks. Because that Atlanta defense ain't stopping
Hard times
anybody.
create
It's not
hard
stopping
times
Detroit's
create
offense.
Jay
He
said,
got a player freeze.
imagine the Giants having to watch Barkley break a rushing record and seeing Jones lead a team to a Super Bowl. A certain hotline would be full of calls for.
Oh my gosh, they're mass. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
The streets of New York might be covered in human guts.
that would be tragic. And then on top of that, we could come up with maybe the playoff bracket that would leave the most people sad. I mean, you would have
Well, the
Lions
Chiefs.
lose the
You'd
first
you have the
round.
Chiefs winning. You'd have the Chiefs winning. Lions lose first round. Vikings, Eagles meet in the NFC Championship. I think. Oh gosh, what would make the most people sad on the left side? Who would play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship for it to be the most sad? It's
The
Houston.
Chargers or Houston. Yeah. That would be-
Yeah, I don't even think that's possible. No, Denver. Denver makes it up. Oh no! I take it back. Colts. If the Colts sneak in and make it to the AFC Championship game just to lose to the
The
Chiefs,
Colts. Oh my God! Yeah, that would be actually the worst timeline. That would.
I don't know if
be,
it's possible, but if that happened, oh my god,
Yeah, that
oh
would
my
be
god, oh my
actually
god, oh my
tragic.
god.
All right, let's look at these the games today. We got the Hurtsless Eagles, the Kenny Pickett led Eagles squaring off against the CeeDee Lambless, Dakless Cowboys.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That is the big one. I'm looking to see a big game from
Big one for
Saquon
Mark
and a game where Kenny Pickett just tries not to goof up.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett also hate wall.
Kenny,
He's there.
When you say Kenny Pickett's on your hate wall, dude, I think that is your spoiled Steelers fan coming out.
Spoiled
All
what?
that happened was he was just a quarterback you drafted and he didn't work out. He's not.
Yeah,
even
but it was a
on your
first-round pick.
team anymore. He's not.
Yeah,
even
but
on
he
your
was
team anymore.
bum.
I love Zach Wilson. I'm
Yeah,
wearing
but
Zach
he.
Wilson jersey right now. You gotta appreciate the time with Kenny Pickett, man.
That was a gross time. Nobody liked Kenny Pickett. You want to know what Kenny Pickett did? Here's what Kenny Pickett did. Okay, first of all, he was a rookie, so fine, whatever, rookie year. Second year, he gets hurt. Doesn't even play well when he's healthy. Fine. Then this year, he didn't have to be on the Eagles. He could have competed for the starting job in Pittsburgh. Like, he could have. Instead, he was like, I don't like competition. And I don't like the fact that you bring in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields for competition because I'm playing poorly. So what he does, he throws an absolute fit. So Pittsburgh says, all right, we're just going to trade you. Goes to Philly, and the entire offseason is, does he even win the backup job? Like, dude, how are you complaining about competition?
Yeah, that's pretty lame, actually. Yeah, Kenny.
Dude.
Okay, yeah.
And you didn't even. You were struggling for the backup job in Philly? Like, come on.
That is pretty lame, yeah. Kenny Pickett complaining that they brought in a quarterback position battle. Like,
And I mean, you from Pitt. Like, I loved him because he was from Pitt. Like, he went to University of Pittsburgh. That was his locker room. He was there playing in that stadium. And what did he do? He went out whining and complaining about competition when he had struggled his first, and that competition was justified.
Yeah, that is kind of ridiculous. I don't know if it merits him being actually. Yeah, I don't know. Like, why would you? I don't think it merits him being on your hate wall though. Like, he's not actively detrimental
Totally does.
to your fan. Totally does. I don't think it actually.
Totally does.
It's not actively detrimental. Like the people that I don't like, that my hate wall is very short. My hate wall is very short. It is Aaron Rodgers. Needs no explanation. We've heard all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid, because he hurt
Mm-hmm.
my glorious king, Mitchell Robinson. And
Probably the Chiefs, right?
and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs. That's pretty much it.
Look, man, I am like Amazon and Walmart when it comes to my hate wall. I am constantly going to build new warehouses. I'm going to make more space because there's so much to go around. I'm like Santa Claus. And I'm giving out coal. I'm giving out coal to everybody. I'm giving out coal to every single... Like, Nate Burleson found his way on there. Never thought he would. Never thought he would in a million years. Never thought he would have made it. But after that Netflix game...
He was doing the play-by-play, and he said some things you don't like. He's on your hate wall immediately.
He was terrible. He was a terrible commentator. I thought it couldn't get worse. Like, I've seen Joe Buck have bad nights, and I was like, dang, that was really bad. I think Joe Buck could have been drunk and stoned and commentating this Netflix game, and he would have done a better job than goddamn Nate Burleson. I'm calling it like I see it. Like JJ Watt and Ian, like they were doing fine. They were doing fine, but Nate Burleson, and I love Nate Burleson. I loved him when he was on, what was it, Good Morning Football. I enjoyed watching him with Kay Adams and Peter Schrager and Kyle Brandt. I love that. But as a broadcaster, no. Stay in your lane. Play with Matt Ryan and Bill Cowher and Bradshaw over there and whatever. Play with those guys. Do not commentate an NFL game. Please don't. They were short-staffed. Don't do it again. Do not.
I think you need to give him another shot. I think if it
No.
continually happens, he can make it on the hate wall. But I don't know, man. If we were doing announcers on the hate wall, oh my God, so many.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
So many college announcers would be on there because they like Mississippi State gets the short end of the stick a ton. Jay says my wife giving me play-by-play was better than Nate. Some guy has the ball running, tackled. Better than anything Nate said.
That's great. I love that. But Nate being a guy who's been a TV broadcaster, he's been a personality, he comes to broadcasting, and he looks like that. Like he's talking like we are now, and that's fine. But like, that's the point. We're talking like this because that's the point. He's talking like this because he's like, ugh.
Yeah,
man.
I had my TV.
You know what? To be fair, hate is strong.
Muted with like Christmas music. So I wasn't
to be fair,
able to give it
hate is strong.
Review. So maybe it was that bad. I don't know, but hate wall.
Maybe hate is strong. It's very easy. I'll tell you right now. And it's like you know when like I watched a streamer the Pirate Software, I think he had a short where he talked about cheating, and basically you get caught cheating once, you're banned, and then you're not getting your account back. You catch me hating on you once, you're on there, you're on the wall. It takes 2 seconds. It takes one. All it takes is one bad day. One bad day, you're on there for life. One bad day.
So do you?
And I got so much room.
Like say Najee Harris fumbles in the clutch, or Jalen Warren, like he has fumbles in the clutch. What does he go on the hate wall?
It's no, because it's okay. So let me put it this way. For me, it's a little different. You gain credibility. Like you're credible because you've done good things before. Mm-hmm. Like you've done good things, so you do a bad thing. Like that's not a hate. So it's like I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you for doing that. But for other things, there are things that I'll be very much more upset for you doing. Like I will get there's certain things rile me up, and there will be riled up things.
So they build credibility. It's kind of like the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2, if you ever play that.
Yeah, you just kind of get some sort of cred. But I'll tell you what, for my team has a little bit of a long leash. But if you're like on the Ravens, or the Bengals, or the Browns, you have the shortest.
Well,
You
yeah,
have such a short leash.
I feel like if
You
you're
have
on
the
any AFC
smallest
North
leash.
team
Like
and
it's
you play,
that big.
I feel like if you're on any NFC North team, you play well, you're on Phil's hate wall. You play poorly, Phil's like, damn, this guy sucks. He's on the hate wall. Like,
No, it's not that he sucks. Like Nick Chubb will never go on my hate wall. I don't think he's just too nice a guy. He's too nice a guy. Baker Mayfield is actually one of the few people who got off the hate wall. One of the few. I used to hate Baker when he was on the Browns. Love him now that he's a Buck. But he got off of it.
you were
Not everyone gets off of it.
It was when he was on the Bucks, but it took a while for Baker to make it off your hate wall. Because I remember a year ago,
It takes time.
I was
It takes
gassing
time.
him up a year ago, and you were like, meh, Baker
Take-
is so bad.
Takes time. Takes time, dude.
I remember when
It takes
tried to
time.
make the argument that Baker and Mike Evans is the best wide receiver duo with like the remaining teams. It was like after they beat the Eagles last year. And you were like, no, that's not true. And I can't remember what those duos were, but Harry and I ended up being right. Jason,
Were you though?
yeah. With among the remaining teams, yeah, we ended up being right.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think they were the best quarterback wide receiver duo remaining.
It was like
You said they were better than Allen and Diggs. I argued against that.
Yeah.
That's correct. But they were not the best quarterback receiver duo remaining. They were not the best quarterback receiver duo remaining.
Allen and Diggs? Was it Allen and
Yeah.
Diggs? Oh, okay, yeah. So
Yeah, that was right.
That was a good.
Yeah, but to say that they were the best remaining was wrong.
Oh,
It would have been Goff and Amon-Ra.
Yeah, that's true. Goff and Amon-Ra is freaking pressure. Fantastic.
Strong father Jay. Strong father I don't hate that you ran the bases the wrong way. I'm just disappointed. Exactly. That's how I am with certain things. Like I don't hate you that you lost to the Jags in the playoffs and Blake Bortles. I'm just really disappointed. And like at some point, it's not even disappointment anymore. Sometimes it's like, oh okay, yeah, like oh you pooped your pants. Like the Steelers are like a 10 not 10-year-olds hopefully aren't pooping their pants. Like a newborn. Like I have to treat them like a newborn every time. Like I see that oh you pooped your pants. Oh, it's okay. But like at some point, can you not wear a diaper? Like you just like the Steelers are like a 20-year-old man who's living in my house. Like if I'm a father and they're my son, they're wearing a diaper in my house. Like they're fully functional sometimes, but then sometimes they will just straight up boom their pants. And that's who they are. They can go to work. They have a job. They have like a little apartment. They're able to succeed for themselves. But then every once in a while they'll come home to dad and say, "Dad, I pooped my pants." And I'm like, the first time you're like appalled. The second time you're concerned. The third time it's just you expect it. Like they're a functional adult that poops their pants with regularity.
Does this mean they're gonna poop their pants next Sunday against the Bengals?
Look, man, I got spare diapers. I got spare diapers ready.
Oh man.
I have spare diapers ready. That's what I'll say to that. Whatever. Eagles versus Cowboys. Interesting. I want to see what Kenny Pickett does, but like I said, Kenny's on the hate wall.
Kenny's on the hate wall.
Like I said, Kenny's on the hate wall, and he's gonna have to do a lot to get off.
I think Kenny is on the disappointment wall for me. I'm just disappointed in Kenny because like you can play bad somewhere and then go somewhere else. It's whatever, but to be upset that somebody brought in other quarterbacks to sort of light a fire under you, make you play better. When you get upset about that, that is just ridiculous. You can't get upset about that. And
Yeah, you should be fired up by competition, not like peeved.
yeah, that's another level of entitlement and cluelessness, especially for somebody that came that far to the NFL to not understand that. That is just crazy. Um,
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
well, all right, next up, we've got my favorite game of the day. A great story,
I
Abril.
don't want to hope.
Oh yeah, last game was Battle of the Backups. Jay says the backups going. This is an even match. Could be a classic 6-3 game. Yeah, I'm with you.
Another one.
That could yeah another one. Damn it.
I was talking about it last night. The target shares for the Eagles was like only 4 players, and this was I think Saquon had a target, Kenneth Gainwell had a target, Devontae Smith had 8, AJ Brown had 50, and that was it.
That is
Those were the target
insane.
shares. It was
Whoever
all AJ Brown.
if there are anybody that's in the fantasy championship and they have AJ Brown, I'd be looking forward to today.
Well, Kenny's got to actually throw the ball, and he has to throw it like he looks like a quarterback.
That is true. I guess you might be equally as excited because, even though Kenny Pickett loves him some AJ Brown, he has to get the ball there. But this game right here, banger. Oh,
I hope
man.
so.
NFC North matchup. Minnesota, if they win out, they've got this game against the Packers today, and this is a good Packers team. If they win today, they have the Lions next week, and regardless of if they win today, they have the Lions next week, and that game will be a battle for the first round bye in the NFC. So I'm hoping, just for the sake of late season dramatics, some fun stuff happening, we get a Vikings W today, but it's gonna be fun because Sam Darnold has had a tendency to throw some interceptions, and that Green Bay Packers defense is ball hawking. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Phil, what are your
Very
thoughts on
consistent. Look, man, I think we got to start admitting that Sam Darnold's just good. I think. I mean, I get it. He's got great receivers, but like, he's good. Like, I don't know how you get like what is it? Like, and the crazy thing is, this isn't like the first time this happened to the Vikings, right? Because they had Case Keenum that one year when he balled, and I think it's just like a Viking thing. Like, they get quarterbacks that nobody wants, and then they turn them into like the belle of the ball. They make them look sexy and awesome. And Sam Darnold looks awesome right now. Like,
Sam Darnold has been
amazing.
amazing.
I'm hyped. I want to see. I would like to. Yeah, I agree with you in the sense. I would want the Vikings to win for theatrics and things like that, so we can get a battle for. Because I don't. There's technically a scenario. I don't know what it is. It's certain teams have to lose. It's like strength of schedule, and I will never know how to calculate it correctly. But the Rams may not have already had the division by the end of this week, despite the fact that Week 18 could still be for the winner of the NFC West. But I think this is the game where it's like, who's the 1 seed, right? Who gets the first round bye? Who gets to? I think it would be crazy for it to be Minnesota, especially the year that we expected them to have coming in versus the year they're actually been having.
I mean,
yeah,
it's been a great story. Also, I think, before the injuries, the Lions were the better team, objectively. But now with the injuries, it is much more even between the Vikings and the Lions. And it'll be, I mean, it was a showdown when they weren't injured. I think the Vikings have cooled off slightly since that game where the Lions hit the game-winning field goal way back in the season. But, that should be a good one, provided there is meaning to it. If the Packers win, what does that mean for the playoff picture? Does it just...
Shouldn't change anything. I don't think, because they can't. Green Bay can't get a better record than either Lions. Can they? I guess they could. I guess they could be a higher seed if Green Bay wins out and, like, say Minnesota or Detroit loses. But I don't know. I guess it could mean like Minnesota doesn't get the 5 seed. It could mean like Green Bay goes there. But if Minnesota wins, then that changes the question. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. I guess Green Bay would basically be determining where they would go in the playoffs. Green Bay still has to go on the road, but they would either go to, like, let's say Green Bay wins out, one of Minnesota or Detroit loses out. Well, actually, no. They need Minnesota to lose out to move up in seeding because they got swept by the Lions.
Oh.
So that's the thing. But
so both teams have a good bit to play for. It would suck to see the Vikings move to a seed that's any lower than 5. That just feels shouldn't be a thing.
I mean, especially considering that you would be 13 wins, right? And I think that's true, though. I think it could be 13-4. I don't know what their strength of schedule is. Depending on who did the Lions lose to? Actually, yeah. If Packers win out, Vikings lose out, I think the Packers move ahead of them the seed and we get 13 wins. But honestly, I like Green Bay. I think they're a good team, but I think they get a little. I think they're only a 4-loss team, but I just don't buy in because I don't think they have significant, like, they don't have a number one on their offense, right? They have Josh Jacobs, who's a beast in the run game and has been a great addition for them. But as a wide receiver 1, they still don't have one.
I mean, but there isn't a clear wide receiver 1 in that group, but it works. It just works for them, man. Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Tucker Kraft, that's one of the best receiving cores in the league. I don't think you can name 5 or 6 receiving cores better than Green Bay.
Well, one, they're playing one of them, Minnesota's.
I mean, yeah, Minnesota, Detroit.
The Lions is better. I would say.
I would argue that they have a better receiving core than the Bucs.
Well, yeah, but that's just because Godwin.
I don't know. I think Green Bay's receiving core is tricky because
I think it's overrated.
They're deep. There's not a lot of there's not very big gaps in talent throughout when you look at it from 1 to 4 or 1 to 5.
Yeah, but if you have a guy on third down, like, you're going to be playing a good defense in the Vikings, right? You don't have a wide receiver 1. Like, Jaden Reed didn't show up against Detroit. 0 catches, right? And like, Christian Watson's fine. Dontavian, like, they're deep. Don't get me wrong. They're deep, but they don't have a wide receiver 1. And I think that matters when you talk about, like, 3rd and 9 plus. Like, on those 3rd and longs, like, who are you throwing the ball to? You don't have a... Yeah. Like, I would make that argument saying if you don't have that, then you're especially for a quarterback in Jordan Love that sometimes just likes to turn into the bad side of Brett Favre and just throw the dumbest interception you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
And against this defense too, because it happened earlier in the year. I know he wasn't.
Oh, I lost you.
But okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
He wasn't, like, fully healthy, so he's now going to be healthy in this game. But you now play a team again that has a lot of firepower, that has a wide receiver. And, I mean, listen, if Sam Darnold keeps turnovers to the Vikings can easily be in control. Like, you just don't allow... Oh, hold on. You don't allow... I'm trying this new mic. I'm trying to, like...
Yeah, it might be like your machine. I don't know. Like your...
I don't think so. It might just be where I'm, like, placed in the room.
Yeah.
But I think you need a wide receiver 1, and I think it's gonna come back to bite them in the situations.
Yeah, dude, the Packers are in a fun position right now. Honestly, like looking ahead to the offseason for the Packers, regardless of what happens right now, you look at that NFL draft. I'm getting a wide receiver in the first round if I'm the Packers. If you can, what'd you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you can get a bona fide talent, like an AJ Brown level talent in the draft with your first round pick, oh my God. Packers are gonna be so fun to watch next year. Bring everybody back. Oh my God, that is going to be something to see. But
yeah, or they could just trade for one. Like, I feel like they have enough depth at the wide receiver position where you can give up draft picks, get a good wide receiver, or you don't even have to do that. You can go to free agency, get T. Higgins. You get T. Higgins, that's a good enough wide receiver for.
I don't know. I think you could
for that team.
You could get somebody better through the draft.
would they? Well, you're gonna have like a pick in the 20s. So like, what's the receiving class? Because I mean, you can, but I see like they probably have. I think they're one of the better teams in terms of cap space that year. I think T is worth the money.
Travis Hunter would probably be gone by then, but imagine they brought in Travis Hunter. That would be sick.
That would be sick, but there's no way that's happening. He's going to he's got to go top 10 in the draft.
Maybe they trade
Can
him
I?
or something. Jay says game of the week here for sure. I want to see a shootout here. Both quarterbacks just airing it out. I'm right there with you. The other interesting thing, I mean, this is just two really good teams going at it, man, because these are also two really good defenses that have been forcing turnovers all year. Excuse me. Just it's gonna be a fun one. I think we're gonna see a lot of airing it out, a lot of I think there are gonna be some turnovers in this one too, some interceptions. But,
There'll be turnovers. Both these defenses generate turnovers, so I think that will be something that happens.
Jay says they say Hunter is gonna be a corner going into the NFL. What?
What was it? I saw something. Richard Sherman was talking about what to be. I mean, I don't see why he couldn't be both. I'd be interested to at least see him try it, but I don't know if that would end up happening.
I feel like
just because the wear and tear at the body at the NFL level is a lot to ask.
Yeah, I don't think an NFL. I feel like whether or not he plays both sides of the ball would be up to the coaches at the end of the day, I think. And I don't see there being many coaching staffs that would be like, yeah, do it. But I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe it all depends on.
A desperate enough team would, though.
Yeah, like get that.
Like they would be like
the New York Jets or the Giants. You know, it sucks that those are the like really bad teams that came to mind. But yeah, I could see it being a.
That's kind of hysterical, though.
Potential reality. But yeah, this is gonna be a good game. This is my game of the day. All right, next up.
Who's up next?
Falcons
this is the closing.
Like, two of my favorite teams to watch in the league this year: Falcons and the Vikings, and also the Commanders have been up there too.
I enjoyed the Atlanta Falcons when they were winning, and then they were losing.
The Falcons are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, and they have.
No, I don't know about that. They're like, you know what they are? Do you know those Bean Boozled jelly beans?
Yeah.
The ones that are like sometimes really like normal jelly beans, and sometimes they're like really bad and gross and disgusting.
Rotten egg or whatever.
Yeah, that's more the Atlanta Falcons. Sometimes you get good, and then sometimes you get absolute garbage.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like box of chocolates are generally good. Like I feel like box of chocolates are generally a good. Like if you like chocolate and you get a box of chocolate, then like yeah, then you're gonna love pretty much everything in there. Unless because then you're if you get random stuff.
There's some bad chocolates in there, man.
I mean, sure, I agree, but come on. Like, if you like chocolate, you're gonna try all of them, and you're gonna like most of them.
Say, like with how good and how bad it's been for the Falcons this year, it is more of a range of Bean Boozled to just a box of chocolates. They've been very erratic this year.
Yeah, well, they're looking to hold the lead over the Bucks, who play Carolina,
rookie quarterback,
which is
yeah, they're looking to hold.
No.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about this, but yeah, in the division.
But this is a rookie quarterback showdown between Penix and Jaden Daniel.
But yeah, in the division, yeah, the Falcons basically they gotta win if they have any desire of winning the division, which I would imagine they would like to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but they control their own fate. They win the rest of the way, then they'll be fine, and they're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Washington just needs to win today, and they should. I think, at least. I don't buy into Atlanta going on the Washington.
Yeah, Michael Penix going on the road. I mean, Jaden Daniels was doing this in his first couple games, but I just don't think he's a dog like that. I don't think Michael Penix has that dog in him. Jay says the Falcons are like filters on a dating site. You might get that beautiful woman, or you might get that Gorlock-looking woman who wants to max your card out at dinner. Yeah,
That has been
exactly.
the Kirk Cousins experience. You see him against Tampa, he's the beautiful woman. Against most other teams, he's been a straight up Gorlock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like we've had the beautiful women games where Kirk throws for 500, and then you have those 4 interception Gorlock games. It has not been a consistent showing for the Falcons at all. They've been pretty Gorlock the
Big
Destroyer
Kirko,
esque.
Big Kirko wakes up dripping like this.
Like that interception last week where Penix threw the ball to Pitts, it was a good throw, and Pitts just kind of does a little, he just kind of underhand tosses it right to the defense. Like, oh my god, one of the
It's like
only
magical fairy dust.
interceptions for the Giants defense this year, probably. Like, freaking
That
ridiculous.
was. It feels bad. Overall, he played fine. But I mean, again, though, he played fine against the Giants.
That was a
Now he
solid
plays
shot.
Washington, where he's going to need to. I don't think Washington is giving the Falcons defense 2 defensive TDs. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for Atlanta in this game to win.
That's a very good
Like,
point.
everything is going to be more difficult.
Those two defensive
Well, we'll see.
touchdowns, I mean, that's a whole 14 points. So you won 34-7 when
Yeah.
you were playing against the Giants, you know?
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons defense, give them some credit. They played really well against the New York Giants and made a couple of huge game-defining plays on and off the field for the game.
On and off
And
the field?
yeah, well, they did it. They did it, right? Like you have beef with the Falcons defense. I would imagine that you kind of upset.
Oh, yeah,
what they
I'm very
did.
upset because if they didn't freaking pop off, I would have won my fantasy game and I would be in the championship right now. It's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah!
No,
Yeah! Freaking
no, that can't be
ridiculous.
it.
No, it can't be. Bro, my team is so good. Like I said last night, man, my grandkids are going to know about this fantasy team that I had this year. And it's such a shame that we could not go the distance. I went as far as I could without making any money in fantasy this year. It's ridiculous. Honestly,
Hey, you're gonna get third place though. You're gonna win third place, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
If
the
you look
third
back
place
at the league
game.
history, you'll see me in third place on the podium, and that's something. That's something.
Yeah.
Even if I
I'm
win
fighting
the
for
league next
fifth.
year, even if I win the league next year, my grandkids are gonna know about this year's fantasy team. So
Well, I'm gonna get fifth place because I had T Higgins. You know, I had the three touchdown. Hey man, look, I had a significantly worse roster. So the fact that I was able to get fifth is impressive. You only got third. Like, what are you
It's
doing?
more of a fifth place roster. You
Yeah,
know?
but yours is a first place roster that finished
Yeah, I
third.
put up the most
So
points in the league by such a large margin. Even though I lost last week because the Falcons defense popped off, I'm projected to score like 30 more points than the two teams in the championship. It's criminal, man. Criminal. It's ridiculous.
I'm sure you'll draft a better team next year.
No, I won't. I actually hit on like every pick from this draft. And I know, I know you've heard this fantasy team many times before, Philip White, but I feel like, all this hype about it, the viewers got to know what my fantasy roster is. All right. Josh Allen. Okay? Josh Allen. Chase Brown.
Overrated.
Okay.
Pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
A bitch.
And then guess what? So in the first round, I drafted CeeDee Lamb, but you drafted drunk, took CJ Stroud first round was in the playoff hunt until you.
Someone took CJ Stroud very early. I think it was Doug. I think Doug took Stroud super early. He took Mike Evans in round 1, and I'm pretty sure he was sober.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a goofy draft pick right there. But yeah, all right. So I had drafted CD in the first round, traded him to Phil for Bijan Robinson straight up the week before Dak went down. Amazing stuff. So basically, this was my roster. Okay, Josh Allen, Chase Brown, Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Trey McBride, Green Bay's defense, and Justin Tucker. Like, There's
All
no
that
way
all
I'm
that
gonna
to finish
draft a
third,
team
huh?
that's better than that. There's no way I'm gonna draft a team that's better
All
than
that to finish
All that
third,
to
huh?
get freaking thwarted by Drew Lock. Drew Lock did this, man. It wasn't even the Falcons defense. It was Drew Lock who gave up
Oh,
not
ladies
one,
and
but 2 defensive touchdowns. Like, it is ridiculous, man. I can't believe it. I'm heartbroken.
ladies and gentlemen, we gotta add Drew Lock to the Taps hate wall.
Yeah. This is my hate wall. Joel Embiid, Aaron Rodgers, the Kansas City Chiefs, and Drew Lock. Because he screwed me out of $600. Like, it is ridiculous. Screwed me out of $600, man. Like,
Oh my gosh.
like here I am, I literally against both teams in the championship, I would have like a 75% chance of winning. It would like as it stands right now. It is crazy.
Shoulda, coulda, oops.
Shoulda,
You
coulda.
didn't.
Freaking Drew Lock.
Shoulda, coulda, oops. Didn't.
Justin Tucker missing them kicks needs a case study for real, dude. Maybe he's
Oh,
partying too much in Baltimore or something. Maybe he.
I'm so glad that he's. Because here's the thing. When Tucker was good.
Anybody on in the NFC North, AFC North doing poorly makes you smile.
Well, no, here's the thing. Because Tucker, he's not on the hate wall anymore. Because he's sucking. And I'm like, you're sucking. Good job. But he was a cocky bastard. If you watched him do anything, he was a cocky little shit.
He's just enjoying life, man.
No, he was a cocky little bastard. And you know what happened? You know what? He messed with Patrick Mahomes. He kicked. Oh, remember in the AFC, you might not remember this, in the AFC Championship game, he was kicking like right around where Patrick Mahomes was practicing. He was stretching out his hammies, like he was like flexing his junk basically in front of Mahomes. And since that moment, he's been the worst kicker in the NFL. And I am.
Another reason that devil magic is a real.
I love it. I'm gonna tell you right now, though. I'm so happy that Tucker's bad. Listen, I was sad when Vinatieri got bad because Vinatieri I had no beef with. Tucker, McPherson, the Browns kicker I don't care about because they don't win games. But I don't like Evan McPherson either. I don't like those kickers. And they're not on my hate wall, but I don't like them.
McPherson had a bit of a fall off. His first season, he was that guy, and now he's kind of fallen off. I'm
an absolute hater, man. I will stick by my guns.
He hates the way that you dress.
I do. Exactly.
Exactly.
I hate the way that they talk, the way that they walk. I hate that he does opera. He's an opera singer. I'm like, dude.
Wait, who sings opera?
Justin Tucker, I think. I think he does some sort of like opera, like oh, you're like oh.
I even hate the way that you sing opera.
I hate the way that you sing opera.
Jay says Black Magic for real. That's just another thing. Like, really, you taunt Patrick Mahomes and then you become bad? Chiefs.
Yeah.
Magic.
Sometimes I'm happy about it.
Nah, I'm still not happy about it. But yeah, the Falcons Commander is gonna be a good one. Young
right.
Wei on the forever loved wall. Big fan. All my homies love Young Wei Koo.
I do like Young Hui Koo.
Shout out Young Hui.
I was sad when he was missing kicks. I used to not know that's how you say. I would call him what it looks like. I'd call him Young Ho.
Young Ho Koo.
Young Ho. That Young Ho Koo. Oh man, yeah. Shout out Jay for being here.
Yeah,
shout out Jay for checking us out.
Thank you for coming.
What a lock-in. Thank you for watching, dude. We still got more. We gotta get through the picks. Got 30 minutes to run through picks, through parlays. We're about to like do our classic speed run.
Mm-hmm. We've got our parlays of the day and then our winners of the day that we pick. And whoever has a lower percentage at the end of the season owes the other drinks at the bar for a night. I'm looking to make my comeback. Philip White's kind of got a sizable lead on me, but this is the week. He's going to go 0-16. I'm going to go 16.
He's said that. He's said that every week. And every week. He's only been right once since he said that, but he said it like 8 of the 9 times. And 8 of those 9 times, he does not have a better picking record than me.
I'm freaking dough here. I don't know.
Yeah, I say that you either hot or you do, But I'm actually hot. You're not due though.
Oh, bro, that's
You
crazy
just
that
not
you say
due.
hot because I beat you 2 weeks ago and we tied last week. Yeah, I can't remember the last time you even beat me, bro.
Oh really? Do you want me to go through the list
You don't
of
need to pull
when
up the
my
spreadsheet,
I
man. Come on, we don't need
swamped
to do
you?
all that. We
When
don't need
I
to do all that,
swamped
man.
you? Oh, okay. So you can't walk the walk. You
I'm
wanna
not gonna
talk your
walk the
talk.
walk. I'm about to walk the walk.
Oh, are
You're
you
trying to go
walking
through
the walk?
history and talk. I'm trying to
Bro, you just
walk the
use
walk.
history. You said, oh, like 2 weeks ago. That was forever ago. Forever ago. You're running out of time.
That was
Your
forever ago
time
when you
is.
beat me. Jay says, shout out you guys for doing this. Mwah. Uh,
Yeah. Look at this, week 11.
and
Oh,
let's
look
see
at
if
that.
you
I was
got that
12-2.
confidence.
I
That's the
was
dog
twelve
in
and
them.
two, boy. I
12
was
and
12
2.
and 2.
Me
You were
and
8 and 7, 8 and 6, 8 and 6. I was 10 and 5, 10 and 4, 12
Yeah,
and
we
2.
get it.
I was hitting double digits
Philip White,
every
Philip White needs
single
to bring up every
week.
time he ever won now because because he
Bro, because
lost.
that's how I have the lead. That's how I have the lead. I lose one game. You're making it sound like it matters. You make it sound like it matters, and it doesn't. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do. I'm on. I'm on my case.
All right, enough yapping. I gotta pick these games, and Philip White's been copying me too because he knows my picks are straight.
I ain't been
So,
copying you, bro. It's the obvious pick. It's
like,
obvious. It's
um,
obvious.
but yo, if you like what we're bringing, guys, we have a Discord, which is a central location for all the shenanigans for that we got going on. You know, you can come talk
True.
video games, come talk music, movies, sports, of course, and
Yeah.
the
We gotta get more on the movie grind,
we do
especially
have to get more on the movie grind. We got to talk about
in the
movies on
off
the
season.
podcast soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, the podcast is happening live in here right now. We're hanging out in here, so you can come talk to us, talk to other people that have joined. And yeah, if you want to join there, you can click on the channel, hit the link in the bio, or if you're on Twitch, you can type !Discord and it'll generate a link right for you right there. Pretty fancy stuff.
Kaboom.
Um,
Kaboom.
and of course, you can send us an email, primetimewhatshappenedphil@gmail.com. We be making memes
Yup.
over on Instagram and on YouTube. We got a bunch of videos and stuff like Jeopardy. We've been playing Jeopardy with the boys lately. Oh man, it's so fun. So yeah, we got a bunch
Luigi
of stuff.
Mangione
Luigi
is a
Mangione.
common theme.
It is a common theme. And
It'll be if we get the crew again
and famous
for
rap
the
bars.
second episode of it, then
we
we
gotta
can
set that
do.
up.
Yeah, I have it. I will have the new monitor, so I'll be all set to do it.
Beautiful. All right. The primetime picks of the day. Here's everybody who's been
Boom.
on the show ever. Shout out to all of them. Also,
We have to
shout out
update the
Chad
faces because I think
Bumpers.
we have to update the faces because we had 2Ks here, we had Robin here. We're gonna have to update the faces.
We do have to update the faces. And
We'll
Isaac,
get we'll get on it.
All
Yeah,
right.
Isaac too. We had a lot long. All right, let's start.
let's get these locks rolling, Philip White. Let's hear it.
Let me get my announcer voice. All right. You know what it is. It's the prime time locks. Do you know what this segment is? First of all, we're going to start our list off with a someone who features on my hate wall. My lovely hate wall. Kenny Pickett is not going to do well against Dallas. I heard Jay talking some 6-3 kind of game, and I think he's kind of right. Kenny Pickett at under 183 and a half passing yards. That's going to be one of the locks. The second lock. Listen, I'm a big Sam Darnold sympathizer. So Minnesota's going to win. You keep giving them the spread. They are 12-3 against the spreads. People say, so is Green Bay. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, but Minnesota's at home. So eat my shorts. Call me Bart Simpson and eat my shorts even though I am wearing. Minnesota is going to win. So you might as well just spread it minus one.
Minnesota.
Soda! I know my cousin's going to be upset because he's a Packers fan and he's here living under the roof, but I am taking the Vikings at -1. And finally, Colts play the Giants, dude. Giants just got embarrassed last week. Let's watch them continue to get embarrassed. They have no real reason to be winning this game. I got Colts -7.5 with Joe Flacco at the helm. He is going to find a way. I mean, come on. If Michael Penix and the Falcons defense is going to tear up New York, Colts defense and the Joe Flacco can do it too and win by like 8 or that's Those are the locks.
Yes,
What's
sir.
that parlayed together, Taff? What's that
It's
parlayed
like
together?
plus 673 when you parlay it together.
Plus 673. Look at that. 67 bones, baby.
Mm-hmm.
67 bones. Put down that 10 beans. Just saying.
Yerd.
Just saying. You might want to get in on the Kenny Pickett hate action.
Mm-hmm. And we've got next up the triple touchdown theory, the touchdown trifecta, whatever you want
Let's
to call it. Phil,
do it.
You wanna hit him with it?
Yeah, you know my boy. You know that, what's that guy? What's that king? Ike. But who's the other guy? It's like Blank and Ike's. What was this, that candy? Mike and Ike's, as in Mike Evans, minus 120 against the Carolina Panthers. He is a certified dog. They need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive and decently healthy. Mike Evans at minus 120. That's pretty much in on it. Now, another high-scoring game. We're going all the way back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Mr. Jordan Addison against the Green Bay Packers. We could say Justin Jefferson, but Jordan Addison is just as much as a dog. And listen, Green Bay Packers going to be keying in on Justin Jefferson, so we got to stay focused. Where else is Sam Darnold going to go? He got some connections to Jordan Addison in the last few weeks. He's going to get into the end zone. That's plus 175. And finally, listen, the best thing to bet against is bet against bad teams. The Jets are a bad team, so somebody's going to get into the end zone. Somebody's going to put the moves on Ahmad Gardner, and that somebody is Khalil Shakir at plus 220 versus the New York Jets. We got Khalil Shakir getting into the end zone. Listen, Buffalo had a down week last week offensively. They're going to bounce back against the New York Jets at home and play significantly better than they did the previous week. So that would Mike Evans, Jordan Addison, and Khalil Shakir is minus 120, plus 175, plus 220. All that combined with $10 plus 15.13 is going to pay out $151 if you put $10. Listen, the touchdown trifecta, it may not be hot, so therefore it is due, and it will be due today. So turn in your homework. Turn in your test. You got 20 minutes to turn in your homework assignment to FanDuel, to DraftKings, to wherever, and lock in this one.
Yes, and when it hits,
kaboom.
In Dubai.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing me in Dubai.
You will see Philip White in Dubai when this parlay hits.
It's going to be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
What? All right, Philip, you ready for these game time picks?
I am ready. I've got my sheet right here to track who picked what.
Can you put mine down? I don't know what the cat did with my note.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Cat's fault. Yeah,
I can do that.
White's sitting at 66%. I'm sitting at 60%. We tied last week. I'm gaining ground.
That's not gaining ground. That's just that's staying even.
Yeah, but like we're working on it. All right,
you only got one more left. You have to really start working.
Playoff time and games count as double, correct?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get half of those right. I'm gonna get those right. Come on, let's be real here.
Nah.
All right. Yeah, sure, whatever, cuh.
All right, Eagles Cowboys. Phil, what do you think about this one?
I mean, normally if it's not Jalen Hurts playing, it'd be like, yeah, the Eagles should just win. But also Kenny Pickett's not playing. However, Dallas, A, has nothing to play for. B is bad. And C is on the road.
And D are without CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
I will also be taking the Eagles.
Yeah, that one was gonna not be too challenging. I will have to roll with the Eagles over the Cowboys.
And then next up, we've got Panthers Bucks. My guy Bryce Young, the unsung hero, or the sung hero. Everybody's rooting for this guy, man. I know I am.
Yeah, everybody wants to see Mr. Bryce succeed.
Yeah, man. Panthers coming off that win against Arizona in OT. Fun one. Fun stuff. And the Bucks have a lot more to play for than the Panthers do, with a playoff spot and the division on the line. So, Phil, who do you have in this one?
You gonna ask me every time, or are we not gonna?
Yeah. We'll all
Really trying to? You really trying to cheat? You know, like
as much as I want
trying to
to
copy
take
my.
the Panthers, I want to take the Panthers. I'm not. No, I'm not. I gotta go with the Bucks. I gotta look out for my wallet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have Tampa. I see. I don't listen. Every time I think Carolina's gonna win and I pick them, I'm just wrong. So I'm just gonna. I'm just not gonna pick them.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
I would rather have them surprise me than me have faith in them and them suck.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just gonna doubt them, even though I secretly want them to do well, and that way they'll do well and they'll win. Right? Like that's the mentality. That's the ideal. That's the ideology. Ideology.
That is the ideology. That's the optimal mindset to have, given how bad they've been this year. So yeah, we both go the Bucks on that one. And next up, we got Jets Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, who you got?
You really? I ain't taking those Jets.
Man,
I'm taking the Bills to win.
God, I think we're gonna agree on every game this week. Or two. I don't like. I'm wearing the Jets jersey, man, but like this is a Zach Wilson jersey, and he's not on the team anymore. Give me the Bills. Ugh.
Do you think Zach Wilson would win this game even if he was on the?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
He wouldn't, but
Yeah, we would. We would, man. We would.
Nah.
Oh yeah, dude, he had us at 7-7, narrowly missing the playoffs. And he's beaten the Bills in Buffalo before. Aaron Rodgers is not. So next up we have Colts Giants. I'm taking the Colts here because the Giants are absolute booty cheeks McGee.
But don't you like Drew Lock?
No.
Isn't he like your favorite guy?
We don't need to talk about it.
I'm gonna get you a Lock jersey just for
God.
fun.
I would actually be so upset.
Come on.
That because Drew Lock made me lose out on so much money, man.
I'm gonna get one for cheap. I'm gonna get like a really cheap Drew Lock jersey.
I would have won the league if Drew Lock wasn't the worst quarterback in football. Actually, it's not a tall order to ask your quarterback to just not. You can even throw 2 interceptions. You can throw as many interceptions as you want. Just don't throw 2 pick sixes. You freaking goofball. But yeah, give me the Colts on this one, man.
I have the Colts as well. I trust Joe Flacco to not lose to the Giants.
A whole lot of matches, man.
I mean,
next up, we've got the we've got the biggest game of the week, easily. The Raiders against the Saints. I mean, Phil, who do you have in this one?
the Saints got shut out 34-0 against the Green Bay Packers and are on a short week. And Spencer Rattler's bad. And the Raiders now have Aiden O'Connell back, who is better. And they at least have Brock Bowers. Remember, I was talking about this last night. The Raiders have something to, you can watch. You can watch Brock Bowers and be like, dang, he's good. I watched the Saints. There's nothing fun to watch. I think Kamara's out for this game. I don't think Olave has gotten back. He's been on IR ever since he got whacked in the head. This game is... I don't think the Raiders want to win this game, but I think they're going to based on how sheerly bad the Saints are.
Yeah, I mean, all the Saints' best plays come from those sort of lucky one-off bombs to MVS. So yeah, for that reason, all the Raiders have legit talent. They have a legit system. I don't know. They're more fluent. They're more fluid than the Saints are. So yeah, give me the Raiders for that reason.
Let's go Raiders.
Man,
rat boy, rat tail boy.
the rat boy, the rattlesnake. Yeah,
I'm
I'm not a big Rat Boy guy.
I'm gonna get you that flea market Drew Lock jersey though. This is Jay saying that
I would
like flea market special Drew jersey. I have to get it.
I
I
would
have to.
be
I'll get it framed. I'll get it framed so you don't have to wear it, but you will accept it, and you will have to have it.
I would accept it, but like I don't even know what I would do with it, man. I would probably
You're keeping it as a memento.
I would,
You know what? Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'll get it for you, and when you move into Philly, I'm gonna hide it somewhere,
oh man.
and you'll never know where it is.
Until
It will be
Zach
somewhere
pops up,
around
and
you.
I'm like,
It will
who's
be
this?
giving you constant bad juju.
Whose Drew Lock jersey is this? Like,
So like that you have to say. I'm gonna make sure it says property of Taft Smith too.
oh God, I don't know. I would probably use it as like a rag. You know, I just
Just a cleaning rag. Like, oh, gotta dust off. There's so much dust around here. Oh, fake signature too, Jay. I like that. A framed fake signature.
Oh, somebody threw.
Well, I'll get it actually signed. I'll get it signed by Drew Lock legitimately. That'll make it even all the better.
Well, somebody threw up. Let me grab my signed Drew Lock jersey.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
that'll be
Drew Lock.
good.
You're probably
I'll
a good guy.
interview Drew Lock and I'll ask him for his signature and I'll tell him how the story of how he ruined your fantasy champion. And so can I get a jersey of yours signed, give to him as a gift?
You know,
He's a big fan.
if he did, if Drew Lock's probably a good guy. If we were able to get a signed Drew Lock jersey or get him on the show, he would be welcomed with open arms. But man, Drew Lock broke my heart. But yeah, so we both take the Raiders in this game.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Titans, Jags. I mean, everybody's looking forward to this game. Oh wait, Jay says I work in the card.
Really?
Jay says I work in the card business. The amount of people who try to sell lesser known players fake autographs is crazy. I bet, because like how can you legitimize an autograph? You know, like it's not like
Yeah.
like a like Antiques Roadshow. You know, like there's certain ways to like point out if something is legitimate or not. Yeah.
That is true. They do that a lot. Like they have like the signatures was like, oh, they signed this. Like they study signatures and they study like the patterns in it. It's kind of wild.
Huh. That's
Like they study like, oh, this is how they curve these initials or things.
wow.
They'll be able to. It's probably fake, you know.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. But still,
It's a little neat.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat, ain't it?
Pretty Nate Burleson. Oh. Bet you.
Now he's on the hate wall. You got him on the hate wall. That's your. You said his name, and now you're the reason he's on the hate wall.
Man.
You blame yourself.
Give him another chance, man. You said that they need to build credibility. He built all that credibility on NFL Network, and then he does a bad job doing play.
And he found a way to throw it all away in less than 3 hours. 3 hours.
Oh, whatever.
Honestly, it probably took an hour and a half, but he found a way.
Give me the Titans in this game, man.
Hey,
Their cheeks. Are you taking the
I
Titans
was, yeah, because I don't think Jags sweep them. I think bad teams just don't sweep each other.
too? Yeah, I also think the Jaguars have Mac Jones, man. Mac Jones. That guy is booty cheeks. He is.
Well, he
bad.
played well against, yeah, but like they have Brian Thomas Jr., but like that's it.
Huh.
The Titans dropped 30 last week, so if Mason Rudolph doesn't throw 3 picks,
I mean,
they probably win. They'll find a way.
yeah, I mean.
Plus, the last time they played it was Will Levis. This time it's Mason Rudolph.
The Jags are
Mason
probably
Rudolph's
the
gonna
worst
find-
team in the league behind the Jets and the Giants. Like,
Yeah, the Jags are probably gonna be the ones to get Travis Hunter.
ooh,
That's
yeah.
probably what happens. And then they can have him play corner because they already have Brian Thomas Jr. And if they don't, Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. at wide receiver,
Ooh,
that's kind of crazy.
I like that. You get Trevor Lawrence back. this was such a weird year from the Jags, man. Like, I expected a lot more out of them. Way more. Fringe playoff
Fake
team.
mantle ball?
But yeah, there's a
Yo.
famous case. It's on ESPN's YouTube. The guy was signing fake mantle balls, giving them to kids to sell to sports shops. That's wild.
Like he had like a bunch of kids doing it too. Like he's like, all right, guys, not only am I gonna sell fake safety.
It's like he thought that he wouldn't be connected to the crime that way. He's like,
Yeah, nope.
Will never snitch. Yeah, that's like another level.
I didn't do it.
That's like, that is crazy. It's like, you know what? I don't feel bad enough about myself for selling these fake, for scamming these people. Let me just have these children be a middleman for me, so I can just be a little more. I feel a little more bad. That's wild.
Yeah, not ideal. It ain't ideal.
Indeed. All right, so we both picked the Titans in this one. Next up, we got Dolphins, Browns. I'll tell you right now, I'm taking the Dolphins, man. No Jameis.
Really?
No Jameis.
Well, no Tua.
Famous.
There is no Tua.
No Tua. Wait, so he was down.
So change your pick.
Out?
Well, if you're doubtful, generally speaking, you're probably out.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, still, give me the Dolphins, man. Dolphins have way more to play for. The Browns benched Jameis. They clearly don't want to win.
Yeah, I don't think that DDR, who is it, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is going to be winning them many games.
Yeah. So you got the Dolphins as well?
I do, as a matter of fact. Because I don't think. Listen, I know Miami's backup is bad, but it's not as bad as Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah, that guy's tragic. Jay says his brain turned to oatmeal yet? Probably.
What kind of oatmeal?
Probably,
what kind of oatmeal do you think is brown sugar?
Cinnamon raisin.
Oh, cinnamon raisin. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you eat the Tua brain oatmeal? Would it taste good?
Oatmeal?
I don't know. If I'm hungry enough, maybe.
Yeah, if I'm like starving, you know, like I've been in the desert, oatmeal would speak to my soul.
Imagine Tua gets like a Quaker Oats sponsorship. Like he's like, you know, like the oatmeal, like Tua gets a sponsorship, and it's like, yeah, like the most insensitive commercial about him having CTE. It's just, my brain's not oatmeal yet.
I like oatmeal because it reminds me of my brain.
I think his hip is what's mush right now, but
his whole body is like, you know, the meme of like the injury diagram, and it's just the whole diagram is red, like the whole human body is just glowing red.
Mm-hmm.
That's Tua.
It's the fish. It's the fish from SpongeBob who's in the cast. He's always coming out with something.
Yeah,
he's got something hurt.
Oh
my gosh.
Tua is a master at bouncing back from these injuries.
I will say that too.
He always comes back and he plays well. But yeah, I still have the Dolphins today because I think the Browns are consciously tanking at this point. But yeah. So we both got the Dolphins in this one.
That is facts.
Fantastical. All right, next up we got the game of the day, baby.
The game of the day.
Vikings.
I mean, not that I had any competition for it.
Yeah.
It really didn't have much competition.
It did not have much competition. It was more talking.
It won it very easily.
Today.
Yeah.
I would say give me the Vikings in this one, man. The Vikings are just they're a couple ounces better than the Packers. Plus, it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm probably rolling Minnesota also. Just because I don't.
Jay says Quaker Oats delivers the boom on my taste buds just like linebackers sacking me.
Dude, I would love to see like a Quaker Oats commercial of like all the most like athletes that are just fully meme based. Like Tua's there.
Oh.
Like we get like Ray Lewis on the commercial. get
All of, the
like
CTE All Stars, Antonio
yeah, like
Brown.
either Antonio Brown's on there. We get all of it, and we just get that whole. It'd be like, remember the NBA commercial where it's like they shoot and it's like they do the rings and stuff,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they recreated that commercial with a bunch of guys who
Also,
suck at basketball.
yeah. One thing I was gonna say, we gotta talk about that real quick. That ad is legitimately depressing. Like,
Yeah,
really,
a little
really.
bit. You got Sketch in there though. You got Sketch. You got
That's exactly what the
Drewski.
hell I'm talking about, man. Like, I'm really trying to, like, specifically, I feel like a lot as I've gotten older, I'm fighting this battle to, like, be like, there is hope for a better future. Society is not cooked. And then the freaking NBA switches out. They change their iconic ad with real basketball players hitting shots, and it creates the Jingle Bell song, and it's cool as hell. That's very cool. And then you just try and create this joke that, like, oh, we couldn't get players to freaking do it, so we get a bunch of influencers that, like, 12-year-olds know about. Like, come on. I don't, like, I swear, everybody in that ad, I only know who they are because they were shown to me involuntarily.
That's fair, yeah.
I have seen every single. Actually, no. I like Big X the Plug. Big X the Plug. But everybody else, I have never once Googled Sketch. I've never once Googled Drewski. Never like. It's so ridiculous. Just get freaking LeBron.
Well, but doesn't Drewski have the meme where he like comes into the room and he claps?
Call it a day.
Doesn't he have the one where it goes like comes in the room, he claps, and he goes,
oh yeah.
yeah, that's funny. I've looked that up for like to try to make memes, but that's like the one time I googled Drewski.
That's so ridiculous. Jay says, little known fact, Lil Dicky worked for the ad agency who did the Jingle Bells ad. Are we talking about the good one or the bad one? Good one being the old one with the real players, and the new one being the bad one.
I think I would assume. I assume it's the new one. I mean, it could be the old one.
Please be the old one. Please be the old one.
Is it the old one or is it the new one? I'm so anticipatory now. I'm like, oh man. Actually, you know what? It probably could be the old
one. Let's see.
Oh. Come on, Jay. I have to know. I have to know. What's the original one? Okay.
Oh, the original.
So that's a good one. Who did? I wonder who worked on the most recent one.
Lil Dicky. Probably freaking the same people that made CoComelon and the Emoji Movie.
I forgot CoComelon was a thing, and I just got reminded.
CoComelon kind of lives rent free in my brain because when I heard about it, I was so like, I was kind of like taken aback by it. Like, dude, they actually like, I'm about to go on a total non-football related tangent, but that show, it engineers kids for doom scrolling. It's like if like, you know, you have college football to the NFL, CoComelon is college football and doom scrolling Instagram is the NFL. Like, CoComelon, it jumps frames at this has been studied. An unhealthy it jumps frames, like it jump cuts at an unhealthy rate where it damages kids' attention spans. Like, this has been studied by
that's crazy
universities. And
we need to bring back the way we like tell our stories. Like, bring back like the good kids cartoon. SpongeBob was like a whole. You know why? SpongeBob had cool transitions because it would always bubble, right? It wouldn't just cut. It would like do the bubbles, like it would. That'd be the transition to a new scene. It told like a story. Does CoComelon tell a story, or is it just random garbage?
Well, I mean, I think CoComelon's target market is more like 2 to 4-year-olds, and I think SpongeBob is more like 5 to 11-year-olds, 5 to 13 maybe. SpongeBob for all ages, really, as long as you can comprehend it. As long as you're smart enough to get it.
Yeah, just to understand this masterpiece.
Yeah,
okay.
The complex show that is SpongeBob, but like I just remember like they're like Baby Sensory. It doesn't have like any jump cuts or anything, and like
Mm.
there's a show called Booba, or you know like it's the
Oh,
same. Yo,
Booba!
you
I
remember
know
Booba?
Booba.
Dude,
I
yeah.
know Booba. It's like the Russian show. It's the Russian show with the weird like little. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, with the little
Booba!
things that would like
It's
bounce around.
so. It's such rot.
Yo,
There's no dialogue in it. It's literally a show for babies. I
yeah.
walked in. I walked in on my friends. They were watching it drunk as hell, and I was like, "What are you watching?" And like, we're watching Booba. And I wanted to scold. I wanted to discipline them all in that moment. But then I ended up having a drink and watching an episode. And I was like, what are we watching? Can we watch a real show? Can we leave, please?
I might need to
I
watch an episode of Booba because like it is actually like one of my first memories is connected to Booba. Like
Oh my gosh.
and like I have the most vague memory of it. It's like a bunch of little like Teletubby like figures bouncing around in like this circular thing or something. And they're like,
Yeah.
look what I can do. Booba. It's like
The only cool character is
so like
Booba. I hate all the
goofy,
side characters.
super
All the
dramatic.
side characters are the worst in that show.
There are side characters and main characters. There's like
Well, Booba is the main character.
educate me on
We
the
watch.
Booba lore. Oh,
I don't.
Booba
There
is
is
a
no
character? I thought
lore.
it was
It's
like a
just.
catchphrase.
It's no. It's just that's who is he is. I don't, he's there's no dialogue. It's just like noises. They only make like noises. It's I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I really don't. I want to. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about Booba. Please don't make me talk more about Booba.
All right, let's we'll pick the rest of these games. We have agreed on every single game so far.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change.
Falcons Commanders. I'm gonna take the Commanders in this one because you know the Commanders they win and they're in. I think they're also better than the Michael Penix led Falcons. Phil, do you have?
That is true. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment. I think the Commanders are gonna win. Jaden Daniels, he's playing well. He played well last week. Had 5 touchdown passes. Continue to, especially against an Atlanta defense that I don't think is that good. It looks good against Drew Lock, but you know, if you don't look good against Drew Lock,
It's like what you doing.
yeah, you got to reevaluate your life.
Yeah. All right, it is 1:06 because we were having so much fun talking.
And games are starting.
Uh,
Coke, I was not having fun discussing. I hate that show.
This is our Monday night matchup. Martians have the laser beam pointed at Earth. I want the Detroit Lions.
I like how you were setting it up like we were gonna take the Niners.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
You know, believe it or not, Brock Purdy played well-ish last week, but I have the Lions as well. I don't
Niners,
see.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the Niners this year, man.
Yeah, I mean Brock Purdy didn't get hurt though.
That is true.
That's clutch.
That's true.
No, good for them. Brock Purdy stayed healthy, so you could realize that he's kind of mediocre.
Woo!
Let's go. Let's go. Brock Purdy's gonna make $60 million and be mediocre, and that's life.
Shout out Brock Purdy.
No, don't shout him out. Don't shout him out. Don't you shout him out.
Shout out Nate Burleson. Shout out
Mike Evans, baby.
Shout out
Part 1 cast.
Shout out Kyle Shanahan.
Mike Evans just scored a TD. That parlay should if you ran with it, part 1 is complete.
Scored already.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that slant. Ran a beautiful route on number 31. I don't know who 31 is for the Panthers. I don't know anybody on.
Touchdown through the air, or was it from Saquon?
What?
Was Philly?
Oh, Philly scored? I don't know Philly. I think Philly's defense had to have scored because Dallas was on the. I just saw Dallas on the field. I was like,
On God's green earth.
What on God's green earth? Oh yeah. Oh, is it who's defense touchdown? I don't know who it is yet. I'm gonna say it's Cooper DeJean. I'm gonna guess Cooper DeJean. I'm gonna guess Cooper DeJean gets.
Say Philly defensive touchdown last night.
You didn't say Philly defensive touchdown. Oh, it's CJ Gardner, John. No, it's not.
I'm pretty.
Oh, it is C.J. Gardner Johnson.
Oh,
C.J. Gardner Johnson. You did not say Philly's defense. You just said you did not say Philly's defense.
Whose defense?
You didn't. It wasn't Philly's. That's all I know. I know
I'm
for a fact you did not say Philly's defense.
Dude, every week.
I said Indy's defense. You didn't. You didn't believe me.
Well, yeah, because Drew Lock did it twice last week. He's not going to do it again.
He might do it again.
I don't think he's.
Why would he not?
I don't think he's going to do it again because he's going to be.
I've seen crazier things.
I don't know.
Or Miami's
I don't-
defense.
I-
Maybe
I-
Miami
in the
was defense.
NFL, you're just not going to throw multiple. Like you did it. You did it twice last game. You're not going to do it this game. I just believe that he's not.
You need to have a little faith in how bad Drew Lock is,
I have a
or you're gonna find his jersey in your house.
Christ on a broomstick.
You know what, Taff?
Drew Lock a goofball.
Oh, what a grab! Oh, what an interception by the Giants.
Oh my lord.
Dean Belton. Look at that. Look at him lay out for that. Looked like a receiver.
Wait. Giants just got an interception.
Ooh. It did.
Oh my lord. All right.
They picked it up, huh?
To show up right here, people.
Yeah, I'm happy. We'll show the. Well, I guess if you hopefully you'll place the parlay and the lock, because that's the important part.
This is the locks right here. Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny, especially after that defensive touchdown, I feel much better about that being because now Kenny doesn't have to throw it as much.
Exactly. And Minnesota by 1, Colts by 7.5 or more. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Colts minus 7.5.
Yeah.
And part 1, Mike Evans already got in.
Already 1 for 1, people. Let's go.
And we know Ahmad Gardner can't cover anybody. You know, I'm not big on that.
Who can't cover anybody?
Ahmad Gardner.
And he got an interception last week, bro.
No, he didn't.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's good.
Yeah, you picked up Mag Jones. Mag Jones. Look, man, he's still a mod to me. He's a mod right now.
Look, Mac Jones made.
He's a mod.
Mac Jones made a Pro Bowl. I don't know if you can really.
Okay, nothing. That means nothing to me. In this day and age, Pro Bowls mean nothing.
Yeah, they do.
Tyler Huntley. No, they don't. Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl.
Exactly, Tyler. You know what his nickname is? The greatest to ever do it. You never heard anybody call him Tyler, the greatest to ever do it, Huntley?
No one has said that ever.
Wow, man. I don't know where you've been at.
No one said that. You know what? And the Jets are. You know what, Taff? The Jets are going to do something amazing. They're going to make sure Josh Allen is the MVP by playing another plan. Oh my God, they were called for holding, bro.
Oh wait, on the
Keon Coleman had a huge catch. No, on the Bills. Bills got called for holding, bro. Wow.
Jets is right now.
Jay, says good show, fellas. Thank you, Jay, for showing out.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it. Appreciate it spending your morning with us. We hope you enjoy your Sunday, and it's full of great football. If you set any parlays down, we hope that they cash. We'll pray to the parlay pantheons that they all cash and you get your money. Never heard anyone call him that except his grandma. Yeah, his grandma's right here. That's Taff. Taff is Tyler Huntley's grandma.
Well, me and Tyler Huntley's grandma go way back. We're pretty good friends. My grandma and his grandma they went to school together.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we actually
Interesting.
have our own secret handshake. Where we go, it's kind of like this. It's like get a lot of money. Wow, that's what we do.
That's not that secret. I could figure that out. Now it's not even a secret. You just told me. Now it's not even a secret anymore. Now I know.
There's more to it, but that's like the gist of it. There's more going on with our legs and stuff. I can't tell you.
Interesting.
Any more than that. I can't tell you any more than that. But
all right.
Thank you guys for watching. Jay, thank you for.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for.
Enjoy.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Enjoy your Sunday. We will be back on Tuesday for the podcast. And also, we got some Jeopardy happening on the YouTube channel. Maybe some interviews with some athletes coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The links to
Oh shoot,
all of
Tuesday
our-
is New Year's.
Tuesday is New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool,
what?
cool.
Wendy. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. There will be podcasts later this in at the last day of 2024 or the first day of 2025. But it will be happening.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna start off the year with a bang. That's what we're gonna do.
We will. All right. Again, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Jay, for coming out. Had a lot of great conversations. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful Sunday.